Quicklime Geekcast is live, ladies and gentlemen, here from the Quicklime Media Studios. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre, welcoming you and everyone on the internet, all 5 of you. We got a couple of people watching today. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We got Invincible. A little Mortal Kombat, perhaps. And a lot of news. All right, we got The Rock is in the news, as he always is. We love that guy. And we got some Marvel news, some Khaleesi's invading different territories, and so much more. As I talk about all those things today, I got my co-hosts with me. Starting off with the man from the far, far west, the sensei of the humor himself, Eric O'Brien. How you doing, Derek?
About today, if you guys seen the title.
Sorry, you got cut off. You got cut off.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, there. Okay, you're here.
Okay. I'll do it again.
Yeah,
you guys know
wait, we gotta do this properly, Derek. We gotta do this properly. From the far, far west, the sensei of humor, Derek O'Brien.
Yo, Konichi, what is up, everybody? How we all doing today? You know that Sensei loves you all. Hopefully I didn't get cut off that time, but you know, that's fine.
We'll edit it. We'll edit it in post.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. Cut it out in post. Cut it in post. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Very, very news-heavy day again. So a lot of great topics to go over. Would love to hear everyone's opinions, but of course, it's not just Harold, and it ain't just me. We of course have our beautiful Papillon, and he is one and only Juancho. Give it up, baby. Give it up for Juancho, guys.
What's up, guys? I like that intro. I haven't heard you say Papillon. So you say it like a real Frenchman. But yeah, what's up, guys? the troubles of doing this live, right? But yeah, glad to be here.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was flawless. People at home don't know, Juancho. People who are watching the recording don't know. It's flawless. It's flawless.
Yeah, flawless.
Now I gotta edit your intro. Come on.
Yeah, let's just make it. This ad break is brought to you by Target. No, I'm just kidding. That was the
Target. Aim right for the center.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay. Before we started the show, during the pre-show, we were asked the question because we were casting spells with magnificent form. All right. We were asked the question, what Hogwarts houses would we choose? Thanks, Grumpy's cat. Grumpiest cat. Oh my God, why did I say that wrong? We were talking to Grumpiest cat last episode. Grumpiest cat is asking us what Hogwarts houses would we prefer. The Boy Scout that I am is leaning towards Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Oh. Okay.
Mainly because I don't want no trouble. All right. And
Gotcha,
I always pictured myself to just stand behind the heroes and just be like, yeah, you do your thing, Harry. Woo.
All right.
You cast your spell, Hermione. No, I'm closet vain. I'm deep down inside. I'm actually kind of vain, so I always picture myself to be like that reluctant hero. You know, everyone's like, "Come on, man, you gotta help us. You gotta help us." And be like, "All right, I get it." Who am I evading and cadavering today? All right, so I would be Gryffindor. How about you guys? How about you, Derek?
Well, yeah, a long time ago, I actually had to research back up the traits, but I remember each house has specific traits. And I remember a long time ago, I was very curious of which one I thought would fit under my personality, and definitely Ravenclaw, 100%. Maybe not the intelligence part. That might not be the right trait, but like the sharpness, the individuality, like that. When I remember when I saw that, I'm like, I like this house. I feel like a lot of people here got good vibes, you know, and the sharpness and wit. But I like Ravens too, you know. Like, didn't the hat say it's kind of like your first impressions of a place? Or I can't remember if that was from Harry Potter or not, but maybe it's something else. But anyways, I always liked Ravenclaw. I thought like their whole like theme was kind of cool. Their colors. Oh yeah, Ravenclaw for sure.
Legit.
Oh
yeah. Still Fox in the chat said that's a lot of wand motion. Sometimes to cast a spell. You got a little flourish.
You thought that was a lot of wand motion. Saw him earlier.
We're talking about the pre-show. We're talking about the pre-show, guys. Gotta sprinkle that VO.
I think I know what Juancho would be just because of this cloak that he has, but let's see. I'm curious.
Juancho, enlighten us. Enlighten us.
I mean, I like Slytherin because I like green.
It has nothing to do with the fact that you're just evil and cunning. Right?
No, I like the traits of a Slytherin, like the ambition, the resourcefulness, all that. You know, they get like bad slack. They're just, you know, they just have goals. Everyone else is just, I'm gonna be good. Sure, but what's your goal, buddy?
You guys ever think that the houses are kind of dominated by like the superstars, but the guys, the average Joe Hufflepuff,
the main characters of the story, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is like everyone's like, oh, Godric Gryffindor, he's really, you know, the symbol.
Oh
of
yeah.
No, that's a bad example because his name is actually on the wall, like Voldemort, right? Like they're like, oh, he came from Slytherin.
Oh,
but, like,
right.
You have that one dude in the back who got sorted into Slytherin without a choice, and he's just like, dude, I'm one of you guys. I'm a nice guy. Please don't kill me.
They don't want to talk about the good guys. Just, you know, it's like the new stuff. You know,
it's
they
like
always got to show the bad.
They got that one dude that crossed the line. All right, that one dumb Hufflepuff guy is the only one everyone remembers. Like they're like, what do you remember about Hufflepuff? That one guy that was just like, I'm from Hufflepuff.
Cedric was from Hufflepuff. Just saying. You know?
And no one remembers him. All right, dude died.
Rest in peace, Cedric.
Dude died being the most heroic competitor in the Triwizard Tournament. All right, and all people remember is the girl from College Humor. When they ask, what are the traits that you embody in Hufflepuff? I'm from Hufflepuff. Like no one remembers Diggory. They just remember the dumb people, and it's just sad. It's just sad, is all I'm saying. All right, and we gotta shine a light on average Joe Hufflepuff, who's actually smart too, actually quite brave, and you know, has ambition. You know, no one ever talks about average Joe Hufflepuff or average Jill Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
I feel like there wouldn't be any average Joes in Hogwarts. Like, I think their like application process is insane. You know, there's probably like some public school American wizarding school. You know,
it's gonna be top notch. Yeah, like.
So you're saying Hogwarts is an elitist private school that only picks...
I mean, like your principal is literally the god of wizards, and your school is a castle. Come on, yeah, that has to be, the application process has to be insane.
Tell me Boyle and what's his face? What was his
Crab?
Crag?
Crab and Boyle.
Yeah. They come from influential families, don't they? Right? Don't they?
It's kind of funny to think about, because you know, it's like you get it's private, and then you get split into even more groups when you're already in the school.
That's how private it is, right? It's like it's so private. Yeah. There's an extra privateness in the private.
No, well, that's, for those of you who don't know, that's actually like a part of the British schooling system. I did
not know that.
I was educated in a British international school for a good part of 4 years, and I was sorted into Schoolhouse, the lamest of all. Dude, we had 3 houses in our school. Crag House, badass because I watched Global Guts. Hill House, all right, we're still talking about land and geography. Schoolhouse, what the? Are you kidding me?
So you went to school.
Went to school and went to Schoolhouse.
I couldn't have been in Valley or Summit. I wasn't.
I get it. I get it. It's the U.S. version of homeschool, Schoolhouse.
It's just awful. Crag Hill School.
I will agree with you though, Harold, on the Harry Potter people getting bad raps like for house. I like that a lot. That a lot, you know. Yeah. So it's always, are you a Slytherin? But not like, how are you a Slytherin? You know.
Right.
What?
All right.
You know what I mean? It's always, how is Harry Potter? Or no, it's always, are you Harry Potter? Not how is Harry Potter? You know.
It's always, who is Harry Potter? What is Harry Potter up to?
Time to ask, how are you? How? How did you get into the house?
All right.
How did they sort it though for you, Harold? Is it just random or what?
I have no idea. I felt like it was racism.
Oh my god!
There were a lot of unathletic kids in schoolhouse that just happened to be Asian. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think.
Oh my god!
I think they were trying to just like do it randomly, but all of it, like for some reason, all the unathletic kids were in schoolhouse because we get sorted from a young age, and then when a bunch of us started getting really like developed, I feel like it shocked the principal.
Wait. So is there a house cup and everything? Like you?
Yeah, it was really bad. I don't, dude. We got wrecked because all the house cups were athletics. We got wrecked at first, and then like a bunch of us started like sprinting faster than everyone else, and we won like the relays. That was like my last year there, but yeah, that's
I mean,
here nor there.
If I went to a British school, I would totally bully school people. You know, schoolhouse people. So maybe that's why you guys started running a lot faster. You know, just makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm starting to see why Slytherin is your house now a lot more.
It's ambition. Ambition.
I'm sorry, what part of ambition is bullying?
He's gonna twist it. It's his ambition to make you better.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Okay. Okay, really quickly, guys. We start the show off the same way every time. I ask you guys what you've been up to. Any cool things you guys have been doing the past 2 weeks? Derek, Juancho?
2 weeks. Wow, it's actually been a really crazy week for me. A roller coaster, really. I applied for a new job, did not get it actually, but then I got a promotion because I was trying to apply to a new job, and they're like, no, can't apply. So it's roller coaster. Then I also broke my phone this week.
Oh no!
But then, so I'm like shopping for a new phone.
Are you looking at
any suggestions in the chat?
Are you looking at staying in the Apple ecosystem? Or are you looking at
I'm in Samsung, so I'm in Android.
I've been Samsung, for a while.
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm thinking about getting the folding phone just for lulz. So I was pretty bummed my phone broke. But then Aiden got the most outstanding student award at his school. He's gonna make we have to practice him giving like a sort of talk like speech kind of. But it's a written poem that he has to do for school. So it's been great. It's been a roller coaster of the week, 2 weeks actually. So yeah.
Aiden really took after Iris.
Oh, also played D&D a lot, or played D&D for like 6 hours with Derek, and that was great. That was one of the positives of the week. So
that's awesome. What was the campaign like? Is it high fantasy D&D? Are we going traditional D&D here?
Yeah, it was traditional D&D.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
awesome.
I did stream it it was a long time. I don't think I've ever streamed that long. That was a long time. 7 hours. Well, the good thing is we didn't realize it was 7 hours, so that's always a good thing. But yeah,
I'm still waiting for our campaign, Harold. Like, when are we starting?
I'm excited for that, dude.
I know you guys did a D&D campaign all by yourselves. I was waiting for you guys.
You're the leader. You're the quit stalling guy. You're just waiting for the call.
I kind of low key want to try to DM, but I'm kind of scared.
No, don't be scared, dude. Like the perfect group to do it with is us, because
that's true.
We'd help you out if anything. We just be like, oh yeah. Like
I do have all the books, so
you should try it.
I believe we'll try it. No, we'll try it. We'll see.
We can do a one shot first, where it's just
okay. Yeah, there you go. We'll do a little quick one shot.
Get a feel for it. Okay. I like that. All right. We'll talk about it. We'll get some people like Archer going with us.
We'll roll out the deets.
Yeah. Right. I see you, Archer. I love D&D in the chat. I see you, buddy. No, and I'm still editing one of our upcoming projects. Which we haven't really officially announced. We've hinted at it over the past 2 years already. COVID really stalled it. I guess I could give a little exclusive to some of the people that are watching this right now. It's a D&D roleplay podcast in the similar vein as the ones you see on Critical Role, we're trying to find a way to really spice it up and make it different. So that's what's kind of taking a little longer. Some of the initial plans were using a little bit of animation, but that's expensive or time consuming, and we just want to push this out. So we're figuring things out, but yeah, keep your ears and eyes open for that. It's gonna be really fun. We have like 5-ish 4 hour pieces of content, 4 hour pieces of content to just edit down. So it's super cool. It's been a long time coming, so I'm really excited about that. So if we could do this little thing too, you know, and just have our fun, I'd be down. Oh yeah, for that.
I'd be down too.
Yeah, Derek, man. Aside from playing D&D with Juancho, what else have you been up to?
Recently got back into Apex Legends. I was telling Herald a little off stream. I was trying to. It's been a long time. Last I played Apex, there was no ranking games, so it was a long time ago. So it's a lot to get used to. Definitely a lot of familiarity, but I mean, I kind of miss playing FPS, so it was fun to dive back into that. I remember last week we were telling you guys I went back into Fortnite, so that might have kind of pushed like, oh, I forgot about Apex. Let's just play that for a little bit. So it's a lot of fun though, man. Like the people I play with, man, it's like family. It's super fun. It's super chill. So I love that. Yeah, the D&D was the most recent thing for sure. That was a lot of fun. Very draining too.
I'm sure.
So yeah. I use a voice changer too, so it's pretty. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just been watching shows. Captain America, dude, there's a lot of good stuff. Like basically everything we're talking about today, that's been what I've been up to. So, but how about you, Harold? What you been doing, man?
Same. I've just been trying to find time for myself. You know, I think is the hardest part. We got a lot of upcoming projects that we can't announce yet. We're working with me and DZ are working with some really cool people on content that you guys will be seeing released actually in July. So that's a little cake tease there as well. But yeah, like it's all good stuff. Like if COVID slowed us down last year in terms of productivity for like content creation, this year is picking up whether we wanted to or not. So oh man, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. I could see why streamers get. Yeah, right. Like I could see why like the bigger streamers get a lot of help from like mods and pay them quite handily. Because man, doing this by yourself is really starting to take a toll.
Yeah,
that's why I could use some help from my friends when they want to play D&D. Help in hand here and there. Yeah, just won't be the worst thing. What is that? I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. I can't wait to do more stuff with you guys too. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's super cool. Joe Mike in the chat says you've been cracked, Derek.
Yeah, that one day we had like 4 wins in a night, but
you say that like wow. You say that like you're proud, Derek. We had 4 wins in one night. Sensei put everyone on his back. What was it? Were they ranked?
See how bad I miss. What's that?
Were
it was not ranked. No, it was just casual.
Dude, I do not want to play ranked games anymore now. So PvP is exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, at least I kind of like the ranking in Apex though, because like if you do good by yourself, your rank could actually go up, and like others can go down. It's just kind of like, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, like so we tried a couple. Like I went up, and like since the other two with me, Joe and my mod, were higher, they went down. But then there's sometimes where it's vice versa. You know, just depends on like how much damage you do or how many kills you get. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely more. It's a lot more balanced. It's fun though. It's cool. Yeah, I like how their ranking system goes. So it's kind of like if they did that like in Overwatch, right? Like say you just played such a good game, but you know if you lose in Overwatch, right? You're just like, oh, but we lost.
I mean, quick play doesn't feel like that though. Like we got 3 people, Derek. Should we play a little Overwatch or Apex after this? Should we?
I mean,
if you're not tired, we can play a little
Overwatch.
I'm down.
All right.
That was the show. All right, let's boot up.
Thank you, everyone. No.
Having technical difficulties for some reason. No.
Let's do it. If you guys want to message the rest of the crew, if they want to join us after, like if you want to ping them now, you know, like, guys, 4 o'clock.
Oops. Whoops.
Go for it. Go for it. But as Juancho is pinging our friends over on Discord, we're gonna get to the news, because later on Juancho's gonna go earmuffsies when it comes to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and if we get to Mortal Kombat, which we're trying to, because he hasn't seen them yet, so we don't want to pressure him into hearing spoilers, or we don't want to pre-blow anyone's mind or pre-wreck anyone's mind. So
yes.
Let's talk about the news, guys. Where's my news stinger? I keep losing it. Since I switched to the new desktop, I can't find it.
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone.
It's the news, and the news is brought to you by Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for your fix of comic books and coffee, and you somehow live in the west coast of the good old US of A, well, speaking of A's, you can head on over to Suite A on 713 Mission Avenue, Oceanside, California, to get your comic books and coffee at Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. Our friends Lachelle and Arius run it quite well, and the folks over there are so gosh darn great. Pass on by, and if you can't, Derek, where can the folks at home go?
Yes, guys, if you can't go there in person, which I know a lot of us don't have the decency or feel like they want to go out because it's not so safe yet, you can always head over to leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Once again, that is leagueofcomicgeeks.com. I'm going to plug it into the chat for you guys so you can go click that as well. And the site is super awesome, guys. All you got to do is make a quick account. You can choose your comic book store that's closest to you, or if you want to support Panels, if they're close to you in California, you can also do that. However, I live in Washington, and I have Panels as my personal store as well, and they actually pull the comic books, and they ask me if they want to send them singly, group them together. I actually have some comics coming on the way, and I'm very excited about it, guys. It's such a user-friendly website. Get on there now. You can see the trending titles of the week, discussions going on. It's so awesome, guys. Super, super easy to do. And once again, that is the leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Head on over and start pulling your comics, guys.
That's right. And if you want to follow Panels, just head on over to Facebook, facebook.com/panelscoffee, or their website, panelscoffee.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got some news today. We're gonna kick things off with some quick bites, some super duper quick news before we get into the trailers that we want to talk about. So real quick, guys, are you familiar with Dave Bautista?
Is that the guy that who does, if he doesn't move, you won't see him, right? Because he's super still.
You just
yes.
So
yeah, okay, that's right.
That's it. I thought you were confusing him with some other wrestler in a different
I know.
franchise. But he's just so still.
Who is equally invisible.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Dave Bautista, he's been spearheading the game. Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, Bautista, or as he goes by these days, Dave Bautista, actually had a meeting apparently with Warner Brothers late last year because he wanted to play Bane so bad. According to Collider and IGN.com, to quote, "I want to play Bane so bad, I went to Warner Brothers and said, I want to play Bane."
That sounds so Bautista, dude. Oh my god. Jesus. Excuse me. Oh my lord, dude. That sounds amazing. I wish I was there to witness that, like, honestly.
Right? He said, I'm not kidding. They were a little like, whoa, we're not even casting Bane. And I was like, I don't care. I'm playing it. And I was like, what? So, yeah, Dave Bautista just had a meeting with Warner Brothers to say he wants to play Bane. And I think older Bautista, like younger Bautista is what I'm trying to say. Like the bigger, stockier Bautista, the less lean muscle Bautista would have fit well. How do you guys feel about current, more mature, more acting savvy Bautista playing Bane?
Isn't it perfect? Isn't Bane like a
older kind of
there's like two Banes, right? Like there's the Bane sometimes we think of as just a brute strength,
the wrestler guy.
Bane, yeah. And there's also the Bane from like the Dark Knight, who's actually like the secret mastermind to everything or something.
Your punishment must be more severe.
Yeah.
So go either way.
Yeah, if it's the Warner Brothers one too, I think he fits the Warner Brothers one for sure.
Okay.
If that's what he was thinking. I don't know if they're planning to make another Bane, but oh yeah, like definitely. I think he has like the look for it. That's for sure. You know.
I agree.
But
I agree. And,
yeah,
and
that's
Bane,
just so funny, man.
Bane is Hispanic, if I remember correctly. So you know the tan skin of Batista. I know he's part Filipino. I don't know if he's actually Hispanic, but I know he's got that Filipino blood, which kind of suits the Bane look. And like people always think Bane's probably white, but he's actually Hispanic. He actually speaks Spanish in some of the iterations of Bane. So I think it'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
He's a luchador in some of them.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It explains the masks too. So yeah.
Mi amigo. I remember he used to say that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. I want him to use a tougher voice though. I like the Tom Hardy spin on it, where the voice is supposed to contrast this imposing physique, but sometimes you gotta get a little menace in your big scary villain.
Yeah, I kind of agree that I would definitely want him more, at least a little bit closer to the comic Bane for sure, just to kind of, not just because like I feel like it's like the Bane now was bad. I just want to see what we could get out of a live adaptation from the comic. That'd be cool to see. I just want to see it, so. And we kind of got it in the is that the George Clooney one with was it? Yeah, we did that Bane with a
really cartoonish. Yeah, the venom injected in him.
Yeah, right. That was kind of cool. So something like that, maybe a middle ground would be kind of cool to see.
I think that's the key word, at middle ground. And while we're in the DC universe, I forgot to put this in the notes, but the Black Adam film has started. The Black Adam movie has started filming, so The Rock is on set and ready to go. He's posted his workouts already. Dude's looking jacked as ever. But I think the more
as always,
right? Right. I think the more surprising thing. Oh, actually, I do have a photo here that I can show on screen real quick. Give me a sec. It's from his Instagram, actually. He's the dude has.
It's like DC. That transition was perfect because it's DC universe and it's wrestler related.
Oh,
Batista to The Rock, you know. That was that was cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Oh my god! And they imagine like they like see each other. It's like in wrestling, they just stare at each other.
Oh man!
Yeah, might as well add John Cena too when they all meet up in the DC universe.
Oh yeah, right? Because he's in Suicide Squad. You're right. That's so true.
Damn.
Oh man, it's gonna happen. They're low key setting it up. They're not telling us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So they're kicking things off in Black Adam. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually really eager to see The Rock version of Black Adam, because Black Adam is supposed to be serious and broody. He's not The Rock. The Rock, as we've seen, has a lot of humor to him, has a lot of personality, and Black Adam is a different type of attitude. So I want to see how he channels that. And while we stay on the Shazam adjacent villains and anti-heroes, Lucy Liu, did you guys hear about this? Lucy Liu, according to Variety, has been cast as Calypso with a K. I don't think there's a Calypso with a K, and someone could correct me on this, in the DC history. But she's been cast as the sister of Dame Helen Mirren's character. I don't know if Hespera, if anyone saw that.
I haven't seen Lucy Liu in a long time, so interesting.
Yeah, still looking stunning as ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember having a big crush on her with Charlie's Angels. She was like the angel I liked the most. I was like, damn, Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
I think Lucy Liu was also in Kill Bill, right?
Yes, as Oren Ishii.
That's right. I remember that.
Half Chinese, half Japanese. That's the lyric, people. Sorry. Alfred Molina, guys. I don't know if you heard this. He's actually kind of blown the lid on his return as Dr. Octopus. Have you guys heard this?
Oh wow! No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah. So Alfred Molina, the guy who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, actually went on an interview and talked about his experience on set with Spider-Man. I'm gonna say No Way Home. Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Wow.
Yeah, really interesting,
wow.
right? So here are a couple of lines from that interview. He said, "When we were shooting it, we were all under orders not to talk about it because it was supposed to be some great big secret. A lot of people are still kind of in denial about it. That part was me. But you know, it's all over the internet, and I actually described myself. Myself as the worst kept secret in Hollywood." So he poked fun of himself for coming back to Spider-Man and superhero movies because it's been about 16 years ish.
Right.
It was 2004.
Yeah, give or take.
Long time.
Yeah, 17 years. So it's been a while. So he said it was wonderful. It was very interesting going back after 17 years to play the same role. Given that in the intervening years, I now have 2 chins, a waddle, crow's feet, and a slightly dodgy lower back. Oh yeah, isn't he British?
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah. He says, in this universe, no one really dies. According to the director, John Watts. So when they were talking about the character here, Alfred Molina said, he just looked at me and said, "Did you see what we did to Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel L. Jackson?" Because he was saying, like, I don't have the same physicality that I had 17 years ago. That's just a fact. So it's kind of him.
Right.
It's kind of like the director saying, like, we got you. It's all CG. Don't worry about being the same physically fit man you were 17 years ago. And then Alfred Molina said, I then remembered that it's the tentacles that do all the work. My basic physical move as Doc Ock as the actor is just this. I just do a lot of, and I think he just did a lot of hand gestures. So that's interesting. I haven't seen this picked up anywhere else aside from comicbook.com. They seem to have fairly interesting, like fairly good sources because a lot of what we've seen there has been factual. So
okay,
I guess we really are getting the Sinister Six because Electro's coming back. He's coming back for sure now, supposedly. So I want to know how this goes, man.
Yeah, that's true. I hope they set up Sinister Six. I've been wanting that for a long time.
Ambitious thing, I think.
For Spider-Man,
I feel like this is the most ambitious thing in superhero. Like, I think it beats Avengers because this is like across time, man. You're pulling people off 2004 movies, right?
True.
So,
no, I think the most ambitious thing still has to be Infinity War and Endgame. But I get where you're coming from. I really get where you're coming from because you're getting people from, movies that were not just in the past, but some of them were maligned, like Amazing Spider-Man and Jamie Foxx's portrayal there.
Yeah, Sinister Six was already teased in those movies, so I'm actually happy it's gonna happen, right? Like the end trailer, you showed literally Spider-Man fighting Rhino. We have the Vulture already. You've had the teases in Homecoming with Vulture meeting with Scorpion. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm really hoping because honestly, the weird thing is, I think comic book wise in Marvel, I could be wrong. Someone maybe correct me in chat. I do believe Spider-Man is the #1 like running series. I believe. So like I would think that should be the one that should be focusing their movies on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I love Spider-Man. The stories are good. So, I mean, aside from the Venom fanboy in me, but like I really love the Sinister Six and all the issues that Spider-Man goes through. I really would love for this to happen. So I hope. I mean, it sucks that he kind of came out with it, but I'm happy that it might happen. It's good. Yeah. Good for the fans, or that's for sure.
Yeah, and they've teased it a little bit, right? Because they've, like Derek said, they teased it in other movies, but they also teased it in Homecoming, where you got Matt Gargan, the Vulture's kind of like the guy he meets in prison, and the guy who was kind of like his sidekick, Scorpion, the guy who's supposed to be Scorpion. Mm-hmm. We saw glimpses of him in Homecoming, on the boat scene and in prison. So, yeah, like they have the foundation there to get this moving. So I'm super interested to see how this goes. And we also have reports that Daredevil is going to be there, Matthew Cox as Matt Murdock. So, like Juancho said, it's going to be really ambitious.
Like, can you imagine, like the only reason why we're getting this movie is because we got 3 different Spider-Man from 3 different, honestly, times of cinema. Like, that's the only reason why. Like, and the fact that they can, all three Spider-Man can still play Spider-Man, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This is the only time we can do this. Like, that's why I said it's more ambitious than, like Endgame. Technically, all those actors are active. All those franchises are active. This, you're pulling people out to play, to play roles they played 15 years ago. Yeah. Like, that must be tough. Like, honestly, if anyone could do it, it's the mouse to pull people out of, like, retirement. So, yeah.
And Juancho makes a good point. Sony's, like, I believe, I don't know if Disney's, I haven't looked into it too much, but there are a lot of Sony movies, like Spider-Man and stuff, they're coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I really hope this happens, man. Like, and I feel like it's kind of been a thing, right? I feel like Marvel has been kind of rewriting its errors a lot. Like, with stuff that's been pointing out in the past, like, I mean, going back on example, like Iron Man 3, even, like, you know, they had Mandarin in there, right? And that wasn't the real Mandarin. And everyone was like, what the hell is this? And now, right, which we're going to be talking about very soon, we have ShangChi with the real Mandarin. And then you have, I feel like they're fixing mistakes. So that would be a very awesome thing to kind of have them kind of refer back to the other Spider-Man movies. So, but,
oh, yeah, I definitely agree. You know, giving the proper, like, giving these franchises their due. Like, they set up what we have now, especially the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, guys. You guys talked about, I think, Juancho, you're the one who mentioned, like, different eras of cinema. The original Spider-Man was pre-golden age of superheroes in movies, right? That was when the X-Men and Spider-Man were setting all this up for us geeks of today. You got the Amazing Spider-Man, which is sort of caught in between amazing superhero movies and not so great superhero movies, where you have the Avengers coming out not long after. You had around the same time Wolverine Origins, you know, so right? Yeah. And then you have Spider-Man Homecoming and this era, the actual mid-golden age of superhero movies. So I get it. You absolutely nailed it on the head. We're getting all of these different flavors put together, and us as geeks have not been disappointed by Marvel so much yet. So we can't, we can only look forward to this. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, they got a good team of writers, you know, honestly, too. Like, I rewatching Civil War and realizing I totally forgot that Spider-Man was just thrown in. You know what I mean? They didn't have a movie, and they did it so well, right?
Yes, because
and that's why I feel like a lot of and Black Panther. Yeah, those are the first movies that they were in, and they just literally put them there, and it took like 10-20 minute shots to do that, and they did it well. So they definitely they can do it, if anyone can, for sure.
Yeah, I mentioned Black Panther because Black Panther was supposed to be like the guy that they fought over in Civil War, and then they kind of had to alter the story a little bit to accommodate something. Yeah, you're right. You're
Very
right.
Smart.
They could do stuff on the fly really well. And you know, we mentioned the repercussions of their actions these days. You know, someone who may be looking towards both the past and the present. We finally got the trailer for ShangChi.
Woo, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. First of all, Simu Liu, who you may be familiar with as a Jung from Kim's Convenience.
Yeah, Kim's Convenience, yeah.
Dude, this dude is amazing. And we got Aquafina here too. But dude, this
guy
guy is... I like him. I really like him. He's charming. A lot of the Hong Kong, Taiwan, Chinese contingent aren't as big of fans of him because he's supposedly more Western handsome because he's rugged. More traditional Chinese cinema emphasizes softer features with their actors for reference of beauty. But you know what? If this is wrong, I don't want to be right, because this man is a stud. And if this guy is going to represent Southeast Asians and Asians in the MCU to kick us off, yes.
Yeah.
Look at, they fuse. Okay, going through the trailer real quick. They fuse Crouching Tiger style movement and cinema. They give us a lot of Western humor. They give us a lot of what looks like nods to ancient Chinese stories. You know, maybe not as authentic as a lot of people would want, but we saw Mulan and people like that. So yeah.
Kind of going off what you said too with the Crouching Tiger thing, like small factoid, one of the people helping is actually the same stunt person I believe on the Matrix movies. So like a lot of those like fight scenes, I forget the guy's name. I can't remember. I literally watched like a kind of like a breakdown of this trailer, and they mentioned that.
Is it the one who does what do you call this? The John Wick movies?
No, I don't know if he did John Wick, but they specifically referenced Matrix, like the fighting styles of Matrix, like the wall running and the backflips. So they said that's why you can kind of see a lot of that same panning and the fighting and the coming down the air and stuff like that. So, I mean, if it is, that's great. Like,
yeah, man.
Especially a lot of the action scenes in there were pretty good, even for its age. I felt like, you know what I mean, very fluid. I don't know about you guys, but like in fighting move scenes and stuff, I hate when they pan so much. I like just a camera shot and just single, and they're fighting nonstop. I don't like it's turning so much. You know what I mean?
Continuous movement, like
exactly.
Single takes. You mean you don't like Iron Fist?
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
And no shaky cam, right? Like.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
Like, I get that it's trying to add authenticity, but we're watching a movie. We're not.
Right.
We're not there in person. Like even if we were there in person, the eyes do a thing where we can lock onto a target and not have to deal with dizzying perspectives. I don't get why they're thrusting us into that. In cinema.
Yeah, that guy's getting punched, not me. You know, why am I shaking?
Exactly. Juancho gets it to you. Like, it's people who haven't been punched as frequently as other people. We still know. Oh man. But yeah, we talked about the Mandarin being here in the original comics. Shang-Chi is supposed to be the son of Fu Manchu, the Fu Manchu. So. I think here we're getting more of a look at him being, if not the son, maybe directly related to the Mandarin, the actual Mandarin.
I'm thinking too, it could be that flashback scene, right? Where it's like there's a lot of creatures flying around, so that'd be pretty cool. And see the dragon.
Dude, yeah, man.
Pretty awesome.
I love this. I love that, at least from an outsider's point of view, it seems to be respecting Asian culture. It doesn't seem to be exploiting it. So I mean, we have to see the movie to fully. The
tone for sure feels really good in this trailer. I weirdly, I don't know, I got a lot of like the same vibes I felt when I first saw the Black Panther trailer. Like very like in a good way, you know, like very like it's very culture focused, which I love, and it's like also very hype. Yeah. You know what I mean, with the action, and it looked really good. So like Harold said too, I'm so excited to. The action looks top notch, and you know, obviously, it seems to be focusing on the bracelet rings, because I know I know the comic rings are actually on your finger, but I'm sure they did that just because we had Infinity War, so they're well, let's not add more, more rings to the mix. But also, I did search; it was Bill Pope, and it was the cinematographer for the Matrix, which where I was referencing earlier. Okay, so they hired him for this, so that's gonna be. I'm excited, man. This looks really good, and. It's kind of weird to say we haven't had a main spotlight kung fu movie from Marvel yet, but I'm happy it's happening, right? Like we had in Daredevil, we had a lot of Asian, not like main spotlight, but we had like Wong, right? And we have I can't remember. Characters. I think her name is Wendy in Daredevil. I can't remember, or Cindy.
Who are you talking
about? It's the girl with Iron Fist. I'm sorry, not Daredevil. Iron Fist. Sorry, I did say Daredevil, didn't I? Iron Fist. God. Sorry, it was so like... I got Iron Fisted by Juancho. It's like erased it. I'm like, oh, she's in Daredevil. Because she was really good in that show. I really liked her a lot.
Part of me really... I don't know how to feel about you calling her Wendy. Like, are you thinking about Wendy Wu, man? Like, this is Colleen Wing, baby.
Colleen Wing. That's right, Colleen.
Wendy Wu.
Oh my God, how could I forget that?
Yeah.
She
probably
was
one of
really
the
good.
only reasons to watch Iron Fist is Colleen Wing.
yeah, actually.
Dude, I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I just erased everything from my mind. But
you just stared at Finn Jones with ire that whole time you were watching it. We get it. We get it.
yeah, you know. But yeah, but this movie. So, is it me or I actually didn't get any Marvel vibes off the trailer? Yeah, no. To me, it really did feel like a kung fu movie. You know, lately, Marvel movies they really milk that this is part of the cinematic universe. I didn't get that here. You know, this is his movie. It's just not like where's the little hint that he's gonna be part of the Avengers, or where's the
I see.
You know, where's the who's gonna do the Easter egg? I couldn't. That's what I tried to look for in the movie, and I couldn't find it. But so I think that's a good thing.
Yes,
because this is gonna establish it first, right?
Right. That's good. That is true. True.
I think I'd 100% agree. Like, have this Marvel adjacent, like same universe. Don't make him an Avenger, at least not yet, right? This dude is not like he's way more Thanos ready than Hawkeye will ever be, but he's not a galaxy saving type of hero yet, at least based on what we've seen. And you know, he's gonna be a badass, but I don't think he'll be that kind of a badass again.
Dude, I was actually surprised. Like, I watched the breakdown. I didn't realize a lot of the older Marvel movies had hints to this movie, or at least ShangChi. Like they had 10 ring tattoos and a lot of old villains. Like, I was really surprised. I didn't even remember in Iron Man 3, apparently the fake Mandarin got like met by somebody, and that guy had that same tattoo they used in the movie or in this trailer. And then there's a couple other ones.
That scene wasn't Hail to the King. It was a DVD extra. That's why, or a Blu-ray.
Oh, it was a DVD extra. Yeah. Okay, that's right. That was a thing before.
I think in Ant-Man 2 too. Ant-Man, one of the people who were trying to buy the shrinking stuff.
Yep.
Was one of the 10 rings.
Neck? Oh, so cool.
Neck. Dude, it's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been like planting this. It's crazy. Marvel's the little things they do, man. It's crazy.
But yeah, and again, and that's why it surprises me. I didn't feel the Marvel vibe, right? Like, when was the last time we got an origin movie from Marvel?
That's true.
Or Black Panther.
Black Panther might have been the last one.
Like Black Panther and Ant-Man were very, very cinematic universe heavy, right? Like the starting of Ant-Man is you have Hank Pym, and then he's already part of like a Shield.
Right.
Yeah, Shield.
And Black Panther was already in Civil War too.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's very cinematic heavy, like the cinematic universe heavy. Like I didn't feel that from this yet. Like maybe this is Marvel going back to their Iron Man roots, where like literally the only Easter egg would be at the end when he gets the invite or whatever.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Damn, I'm kind of excited now.
I was super excited for this. You know, you're looking for hints though at the greater universe. The guy in the lower left of this frame, we're looking at the trailer right now in the bus scene where Awkwafina's kind of shocked at ShangChi. The guy in the background with the beard, the glasses, the curly hair. He was actually in, if I'm not mistaken, Spider-Man Homecoming. Redditors pointed this out. And they're saying, like, this is part of, like, tying it into the universe. And he even confirmed it on his Twitter, saying, that is the same character. That's me. They're just trying to say, like, oh, he's moved to San Francisco from...
He moved to San Francisco.
Is he the hot dog guy?
I don't know if he's the hot dog guy. He might be. Wait.
Or like the whatever vendor was in.
No. The hot dog guy was kind of Latino, I think. This guy's.
Oh, dude, he kind of looks familiar. Like this. Oh, that's kind of crazy though.
All right, someone rewatch Spider-Man just to hunt for this guy.
Yeah, I want to. I might actually rewatch it now.
Or they
I might rewatch it now
just for this guy.
Right, like they probably just rewatched Spider-Man and they were like, wait a second, that guy. It's really cool.
But yeah,
that's what they're aiming for, right? That's what makes things like the MCU, things like Community, as a TV show, great. Is people take the time and effort to add these little details so that people who watch and rewatch can pick up on those details over time. So fantastic. I
found it. I don't know what scene it was, but apparently I remember the scene like very vivid, like Somali. He goes to Spider-Man and says, "Hey, do a flip."
Oh,
and he does a flip. It's that guy. It's that guy who says, "Hey, do a flip." It's that guy. I think I thought he was a hot dog guy because I think he's like one of the street vendors. I think that's why I immediately thought hot dog because Queens but like damn, do a flip. That's crazy. Wow. Damn, Marvel. Okay. Little things indeed. Very little things. That's crazy.
Let me play it real quick.
Yeah, to be honest, they probably just casted the same extras.
Oh yeah, so
that's all that probably happened.
So before I play this clip, that's what they're saying is Marvel has actually started contracting their extras. Like if
that's
you
crazy,
look
man.
at
That's awesome.
Endgame and the wizards from the Sanctum that show up from when Strange was training, those are the same people from when he was training side by side with. They've started contracting these these actors because they want to keep that continuity for the fans that are really that like to pause at every frame. So it's something that
what you're saying
doing.
is
Marvel
extra casting opening.
Oh,
okay. That'd be so cool. I don't even care. If you were just a side guy, you're like, that's me. I'm in the movie. That's me.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
That means if you ever get cast as an extra, you'll never be cast for your own movie.
Oh, you're right. You're right, though. You're right. That is a double-edged sword.
100% of a small thing is better than 0% of nothing. All right.
That's true.
I doubt I will ever be a Marvel superhero, but I can sure as heck play hot dog guy number 4 in Ant-Man 7.
The guy number 4. Oh, I gotta see this clip again. I'm excited now.
Okay, here. We'll play it real quick.
All right.
You're that Spider guy on YouTube, right? Call me Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man. Don't flip. Yeah.
I remember his voice being that high pitched. God damn!
I know. What
so high pitched.
What should I do?
Dang, Harold! I don't think he could be Hot Dog Man. That guy was really good. Like, you have that voice. Can your voice go that high?
I don't know. Juancho, kill it.
Oh my God, that was actually pretty good.
Oh my God, Spider-Man, do a flip.
Damn, and he was yelling at. Damn, that's crazy. I know. At first, I thought it might have been like a.
Oh my God.
Like a copyright thing, right? But Tom Holland sounded the same, so I was like, "Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely his voice." God damn.
We probably just blocked it out of our mind.
Coast to coast. He went from east.
If he doesn't say something on the bus in ShangChi, I'm gonna be mad. He better say, "Hey, punch the guy!" Like, punch this guy.
Oh man, missed opportunity.
That's awesome, though, man. That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
Oh man.
Ooh, my gosh. Is that all the news we got? I think that's it.
That's funny.
I think we.
Oh, Francis said in chat, you can be multiverse casted, so Hot Dog Guy number 4 can be the next Spider-Man.
Oh.
I mean,
never say never.
Technically, they're gonna have to somehow answer the Human Torch Captain America thing.
Yeah.
I think pretty soon here, because I mean, it looks like they're getting everybody.
Oh no, they don't have to. They don't have to, but it'd be fun if they did.
Oh yeah, right.
That'd be fun, yeah.
He comes back, Steve. Who the hell is Steve?
I just wanted them explain Fan Force Stick.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the last Airbender of Marvel movies.
Oh God.
No one acknowledges it. That even happened. Like we prefer Jessica Alba as Sue Storm more than that. Please.
Is that the Green Lantern of the Marvel?
I would say Green Lantern's even better than. Okay.
I actually didn't even watch it, so
at least Green Lantern gets acknowledged, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds acknowledges it. That happens. Like, does anyone ever talk about Fan Force Stick?
No.
True. Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
I think super duper. Lastly, The Witcher season 2 is supposedly going to air in 2021. Like, I think that's
nice.
That's the recent bit in news. I saw a headline. There was no more expounding on it, but I think they're trying to say, it's not going to take that long to edit. So
probably like a fall. I'd say like a fall, like
December 31,
right?
2021.
Yeah, 2021 December. We said it. God.
On the last day. Happy New Year, everyone. No, okay.
Right.
All right, guys. I think it's time to talk about It's Invincible time!
I love it, dude. That was so good. That was so good. Oh, that was so good. That was so awesome.
I'm happy that
good.
worked. I'm happy
that was
worked.
so good. That was so good. Oh, man.
So we got to catch up on 2 episodes of Invincible, but we're not going to take that long on it, all right? There's been a lot happening the past 2 episodes, guys. From Mark's mom, that's hard to say, Sandra Oh, her character, the wife of Omni-Man, finally discovering the truth after a lot of hints towards it. We're getting, we got a big fight scene involving Invincible and the current iteration of the Guardians, and a lot of the repercussions behind that. So in this episode, we see the aftermath. Everyone, is in critical condition. We're going to find out their actual fates in the episode after this, which we're also discussing. But we do want to say spoilers abound for those of you who haven't seen the past 2 episodes of Invincible. And then later on, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So again, yes, spoilers, if you can see that. Spoilers, people. Spoiler alert. Guys, gosh dang, Mark got his butt kicked, and he's alive.
Yeah.
He got better a lot faster than I thought. Dude,
it's that filter.
When Omni-Man was out, he was out for a while.
Yeah. He said 6 days, right?
Yeah, I think they did say 6 days.
Jeez.
I think you're right.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's not that invincible, apparently. I should have just played the thing again.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
in
I was
this
surprised
episode,
too how long it was out.
Yeah, man. And you actually kind of forget that along the episode because Mark and Co take a road trip to a college campus that is part of is actually not as significant to the story in the overarching sense if you look at it. But yeah, right. It's because they're there to see the boyfriend of Mark's best friend, who he hasn't really talked to the past couple of months. It's been months since the start of the show, apparently. And yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I think the biggest part of this episode was how messed up the science was in terms of messing with human genetics. That B story with these cyborg men is really messed up, and the fact that they could actually beat up Invincible with their speed and strength was really both impressive and terrifying.
Right.
Well, would you?
The fact that. Oh, sorry. But yeah, the fact that it was just made by a student in the sewer too, right?
Well, this is a student with a grant, Juancho. He's a. he was offered his own lab in MIT.
Fun fact: that voice actor, that guy is Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I found out when I
I heard it immediately. I was like, oh. But yeah, I agree with you though, man. Definitely was crazy to see that they were getting Mark. You think like exactly the show's name, Invincible. Most of the guys he's fought hasn't had too much of an issue, except the last couple episodes. Yeah, he's been getting his butt beat.
Yeah, man.
And I get it. Yeah, it's he's newer, I guess. Right?
His name's a joke at this point, right? It is.
Yeah, right. God.
But yeah, like in the greater scheme of things, the robot people don't really matter. The biggest thing that probably happens in this episode is just for both Mark and his dad is just they both break up with their significant other.
Well, I mean, the dad hasn't really broken up with Mark's mom hasn't really broken up with him.
Yeah. I mean, but
there's a lot of
pretty much there.
Yeah, there's the writing's on the wall because Omni-Man kept a secret from her, and there's still no reason why. Which we'll even in the episode we'll discuss next. So in this episode, yeah, we got the big reveal for the mom and for us.
Yeah.
Somewhat like okay, we kind of got that part of the weight off our chest. That okay, she finally knows. People know that Omni-Man killed the Guardians. We still don't know why. And I think that's part of the biggest frustration. So Mark and Amber do split because Mark has had to run off a lot and she doesn't see him as dependable, which we can tackle a little more as we talk about the next episode. But Adam Eve is enjoying life abroad.
Oh yeah. That's part of this episode, right? Like she turns into a hippie, pretty much.
Okay.
She lives in a tree.
It's a little
She
more
lives
than
in
that.
a tree.
It's a little more than that, sir. All right, she's actually saving lives. Excuse me.
I mean, that's what hippies do. They save the environment. You know?
So she moved out of her parents' home. Very abusive, like not really physically abusive, but emotionally abusive father. Very controlling father.
Yeah, geez, seriously.
Right. So she flies off and carves out her home. I think in the comics she goes to Africa, but they really avoided that here to avoid, I think, the white savior trope. So by the sounds of it, from the next episode, she just kind of went to the Pacific Northwest, the most forested area in America from this Asian's perspective. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, and she's gone off to save people. But I think one of the cooler things about this episode is the post-credits scene, where we get two teenagers digging up the grave of the immortal, and the Mahler twins showing up, and we're left to think, what's going on here? They're talking about how, he's kind of the immortal for a reason. You drink, they talk about some myth about drinking his blood, and you're wondering why the Mahler twins are interested about, long life, because they're kind of expendable to each other with their cloning process. But yeah, we find out that they wanted to control the immortal, probably for some evil reasoning that we don't really get to.
Can I just say, one of my favorite characters are the Mahler twins. They got introduced they got introduced as just the most generic villain, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna attack the White House. And then you're obviously gonna get stopped by something. They're not gonna attack the White House.
Yeah.
But they actually lasted longer in the series than the Guardians of the Globe, if anything, right?
That's true.
There's so much character to them now.
Yeah.
And they're definitely one of my favorite characters for the show, and that definitely subverted my expectation for them.
It helps that the voice
of character.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Harold. Actually, your point's better.
No, I was just gonna say that just leads. I think that's in partial credit to the voice acting. There's a lot of charisma with the person who's doing the voice for both Mahler twins. So props to that. Derek, what did you
wait. Sorry, Bimo in the chat, real quick. This is important. Bimo in the chat. Is that really it's the son of the security guard? Is that one of the people digging the grave? Is it the son of the security guard? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that would break my heart. That would break my heart. What happened to him then?
Speaking of sons and breaking hearts, the first guy in the beginning, the voice actor was Justin Roiland. I thought that was amazing.
Wait, which one?
You guys remember the guy that was trying to hit on the girls and he was drunk? The first cyborg.
Wait.
From Rick and Morty, I thought it was him right away.
I heard that.
You hear actually both Rick and Morty on that same character. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. He's like, I can't even do the fucking Morty voice. It's so hard to do. But he was just like, I was like, oh wait, is this Justin? And I looked, I was like, oh my God, it is. That's the thing I love about Amazon Video. You can pause it and it literally shows the actor right there who's voicing what. Yeah, so I'm like, oh my God, it's Justin Roiland, dude. I'm like, oh my goodness. and he was drunk, dude, so it was perfect. Dude, the people they're getting for this are awesome. But now I'm really curious. Was that the son?
Bimo said it is. So it makes total sense because Bimo said he's worried the grave digging would compromise the dad's job. So.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I hope he's okay.
Wow, he's probably
they just said that they just gave him the drink, right? The Mahler bros seem like good people. They probably give us the drink
or seem like good people.
Give us the drink or die.
Oh my gosh.
I hope so. I mean, seeing the little chicken pot pie scene with those brothers, I feel like they got a little soft side.
Oh my God. If the last episode we see the guy the cop, the guard, dude, just in his son's funeral, I was devastated.
That's awful. That's super.
That would be horrible.
Oh man. So we move on to the next episode where a lot of it revolves around. Well, we get the C plot where a robot is trying to get a new body, and we find out that's why he's cloning Rex, not to create a new Rex that he could trust, but so that he can have a working body, because apparently Robot's actual body you know, doesn't function as well as a normal body. So he's a genius, but he's a genius trapped in a I guess dying body, for the lack of a better term. So the Mahler that's why he gets the help from the Mahler twins, and we move forward here with a plot where the Mahler twins get that mind control collar that doesn't end up working on the Immortal. We still don't know how that's going to work out in the future, but I'm really curious to find out what their end game was. Was it just to do more Pentagon busting and dancing? It seems
do
beneath
more
them.
evil things because they're evil.
Right? It seems beneath them. They have access to cloning.
Well, for me, right, at that scene when they went to the failed other side and they said, yes, it's part of the process, right? And you can kind of see the pain in that brother's eyes. Maybe they want to have this foolproof way where they don't have to clone anymore, so they don't have to keep going through that, maybe. Because it seemed like it pained them to go through when he said that. So I don't know. I was like, oh, when they were talking about like kind of knowing the other one and putting him like out of his misery type thing, I was like, oh, maybe they're trying to like end this process and not try as best as they can.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that's what I thought. But yeah.
I mean, what I took from that is like the pity in their eyes is just from they can relate to what the robot is going through. Except you know, because like what the entire time they've been shown is like they're always arguing about who's the twin. So like they don't want who's the clone. Like they don't want to be the clone. Yeah, but for Robot's case, it's super obvious who it is. So they kind of just feel sorry for that.
Yeah,
that causes problems, right? But but dude, I just love that entire scene because I thought it put a good close. It was a nice reveal for me for Robot, right?
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Like,
and it was
the
a good
whole time,
character
right? You think like, oh my god, this guy's a bad guy. What's he doing behind the scenes? He's doing it for a girl, dude. I'm like, damn, I love that. I love that. Yeah, it was a good close. I agree.
He was gonna put them back in jail and everything. It was like it was very neat in my opinion. Like I don't feel disappointed at all with any of the reveals.
Very systematic.
Yeah. So yeah. I thought it was great. Like it didn't compromise his character, and it just makes it just added a lot more. And yeah, the fact that he prestiged himself makes me feel for him. You know?
Prestiged himself. Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Like, what are his motivations? Are they romantic? Are they just actually sympathetic, like he mentions, because he sees Monster Girl as someone trapped within her own body as well? Like if she constantly de-ages, which is no fun time when you can't be at your prime all the time. You know, she's experienced being 26. And then she's gone back to being like, what is she, 14? Maybe less?
Yeah, I think they said she was like 14. Yeah.
So it's difficult, and and he understands that. So it's a strange situation for everyone at this point, especially Rex, because that's his body. So as awful of a human being as Rex is, it's still no reason to clone him and take his body. So
yeah, I already saw. He was like, "What the f is this?" Like, I was like, "Damn, I'd be freaked out too."
All right, let's get to the actual meat of the story, guys. Let's get to the A plot. So first of all, what they ended up doing with that mad scientist from the previous episode was use his tech on dead or dying soldiers to quote unquote serve their country one last time. And man, Omni-Man is he was caught off guard. These guys are fast, these guys are aggressive, and they're strong. But again, as we know, Omni-Man is nigh invincible, and he ends up coming out victorious in the end, as gruesome as it looks. So they bring out the kaiju. They bring out the big old kaiju to stop him, and
they're Hail Mary.
Yeah, they're literal Hail Mary, and it was working. It was working pretty well.
Yeah.
As Cecil says, they juiced it up with every single thing they could just to have a chance of stopping Omni-Man. My question, first of all, to you guys with this is, once they stop Omni-Man, how do they stop this thing?
Right? That's kind of my
Maybe
question
they can
too.
control it.
Maybe, right? Like, what was their plan B for this once it worked?
Right.
I'm just
Maybe
curious.
yeah. I'm guessing they were thinking eliminating Omni-Man was the more serious matter, and they'll figure it out along the way.
Right?
Right. Like, I guess theoretically they could somehow pull that thing into space and just let it float, but Omni-Man could just fly back. But I don't do that. I agree. I thought that thing the whole time. I'm like, how are they gonna get rid of this thing if it kills them both?
Oh man. Let's dial back real quick. We were talking about the control collar and the Immortal. I think this was mainly just a plot device to get the Immortal back, so that he could
Actually,
fight.
like what Bimo says in the chat.
Oh,
It
yeah,
has a teleporter bracelet. Throw that on the monster, right? Just teleport it out somewhere.
That's true.
Good work.
That's true.
to space.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Burn it up in the atmosphere. Something you can't do with Omni-Man. Yeah. Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get a big showdown between the Immortal and Omni-Man. But we also get a little bit of a backstory with the Immortal. So it turns out he's lived a long life. He is an Immortal. So he's been, from what I got from context, a barbarian warrior from caveman times. Lancelot in the King Arthur era. He was Abraham Lincoln, I guess.
Might have been
It was
very Vandal Savage.
He was Abraham?
Wait, let me go
He
back
reminded
real
me of
quick.
a very Vandal Savage type person.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
like-
that's exactly.
Right.
I think that's what they were basing him off of.
See?
Oh, he was like, was he the? Oh, yeah,
Oh, he
right.
was John Wilkes Booth.
Wait, was he Booth or was he Lincoln? Because look.
Oh,
see what
yeah,
he
you're
looks
right.
like.
You're right. I don't know.
Because it makes sense if he dies as Lincoln, he just comes back to life because he's the Immortal. Right? Can we scroll back a little bit? He looks more like Lincoln to me in that.
Oh yeah, he has the
Yeah.
beard.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He
you're
has
right.
the beard.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
true,
so-
actually.
Yeah, so he wakes up
Ah.
and he's just blind with rage because, of course, he saw all his teammates die at the hands of Omni-Man, and he wants revenge. What I think they didn't focus on here, maybe on purpose as a big reveal later on, was that there were cameras and helicopters, news reporters flying around to capture all of this. Do you
Right.
guys think they picked up on everything they were saying? I know physics-wise that wouldn't be feasible. You know, like you wouldn't really hear that conversation because they're so far. But do you think the cameras picked up the whole like you killed we were your friends? Do you think they got all that?
I mean, they pretty much got the gist, right? Like that he killed the Immortal again. So
Yeah,
I think that's all they really need.
So yeah, you guys think the world might turn on Omni-Man at this point?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. That was the point.
I think, yeah, honestly, I think the only option that Omni-Man has right now is to pull Mark to his corner. That's it. That's the only hope he has, honestly.
Yeah.
Seems, and like, right, like we're all wanting to know what the hell, why, and he wants to know why. Immortal wants to know why.
Yeah.
You know, you're my friend. Like, why did you do that? And then, so I'm also very, I hate how they ended it because I knew they were gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to talk to you. I'm like, don't end it. Don't.
Yeah, see, yeah. See, the world saw it. The world was shocked.
Yeah, they saw him punch through Immortal for sure.
Yeah,
But
a
yeah,
good
the
guy-
audio thing. Yeah,
A good guy wouldn't do that. You know, he'd probably try
Right.
to knock him out.
good guy wouldn't kill somebody.
Yeah. So it was really horrifying, and you know, we get this scene. We get this scene where Rudy and Monster Girl hold hands. You know, there's a lot of development here in those quick
Yeah.
cuts. And
Yeah.
we get a little Mountain and Oberyn Martell action, which really freaked me out. It's still there. It really brings back terrible memories. And then, of course, Omni-Man chops the Immortal in half. But I think as established now, we don't really have to worry about the Immortal that much at the moment. He'll be fine.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised like Cecil didn't know that he could bring back the Immortal back to life. You know,
I guess.
that they actually buried it.
Those brothers, man,
Yeah.
they're just
They're just-
another level, man. They're so good, right? Like, damn,
Yeah. Like
they
the
did it
Mauler-
so quick too, right?
Like the Mauler twins said, you know, Cecil's an idiot. No, but
Dude, speaking of Cecil, did anyone else think it was funny that like he kept saying all these things like, all right, this is the last hope we have, and like that didn't work. He goes, all right, bring that thing out. Yep, do that thing. And he's like, crap. All right, well, I'm going in there. I'll be right back. This is it. And he goes in there and comes back, and he's like, I failed. All right, open up Hail Mary. I'm like, what? Jesus, man, this guy's got so many contingency plans. I love it.
He was stalling.
That's just the...
Oh, I know, but I loved how, like, each thing, he was kind of already seeming like that thing that they're trying to do was their last hope. Like, okay, we gotta send this in. We gotta stall. Got that big laser beam. Crap, that didn't work. All right. Send out the cyborgs. All right. That should hold them off. All right, I gotta go there now. Damn it. And then, all right, Hail Mary. Like, that was pretty funny though. I loved it, but it was funny.
One of the more painful deaths for me, surprisingly, personally, was Donald.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
I was about to call all of you out. Like, why are we talking about all these different plans and we're not talking about my man Donald?
No,
like,
dude.
You
did
everything. He was the first one to try and take out Omni-Man.
You're right.
You're right. He tried to shoot him in the face. And when he said, like, it was a pleasure, sir, and that got me. I think that's what really got me. This man from day one. No, dude, like, he was...
the thing, right?
And the fact that...
No, please.
Sorry,
please,
go ahead.
Please. No, please.
Yeah, but like the fact that, you know, the way we portray him is like, oh, he's such a wimpy type dude. No, like he took a gun, he shot at Omni-Man, and then he ordered his men to get out of here. Mm-hmm. You know, he's like he actually bought some time to save some of his men. Like, this guy is the best, dude.
Because he came into it
best guy
knowing it's likely a suicide mission, right? There's no way he's stopping Omni-Man. The second Omni-Man finds out. And the thing is with Donald, we didn't really call him weak before. If I remember correctly, Derek, you and I were saying he's kind of generic. And then he kind of earns your sympathy, right? He kind of
he has little moments, right?
Yeah. Like you're surprised that, oh, he speaks Latin? He can send frigging Damien Darkblood back to hell? Like, and then, you know, like the more the little hints, he's the Coulson of this universe, right? You don't need to know much about him, but you can see it in the way he's drawn, the way he speaks. But this guy's a man of duty, so there's something about Donald that really, really rings true. And I like this guy. I'm sad he's gone, but I think his death is part of what makes him a great character and what, you know, really makes him memorable. Like, okay, this guy was willing to die for a cause that we still don't understand quite well yet.
Right.
But the way he went about it was, you can respect it. You can respect this dude. Yeah, they did our guy dirty too.
Like, I felt it. Like, when he grabbed the spine, I felt it, you know?
Yeah. That was...
And the worst part was when they blew up the house, all that was left were the chunks of spine inside Omni-Man's hands.
Yeah.
That was super rough. Okay. No more disrespecting our man Donald. That guy will live on for us as a real hero. But we gotta do our end of episode here. We gotta recap a little bit, or not really recap, but talk about where we think this will go. We know that the next episode is the final one for this season.
Yep.
We hopefully, for the love of all things Guardians of the Globe, we gotta know what happened, why he did it. Otherwise,
I know
this is an awful season. Otherwise, like, I swear.
Yeah, I know. If they're like, if he starts talking and it just cuts and it's to be explained in season 2, I would hate this series.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hate it, absolutely.
They can't.
100%.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Cannot do that.
Yeah, we know that they've done really crazy stuff in The Walking Dead. I hope it's a little less of a shock and awe season finale than they've done in that show. The writing has been pretty good so far, despite some B stories that, you know, take a while to set up. I really enjoyed Invincible up until this point, and you know, I want to see how this pans out, because I'm invested.
Yep.
I didn't think I'd like it this much, and I'm glad I do. And personally, guys, I'm glad it wasn't, from what I've heard, as true to the comic in tone, because apparently the comic is a little more The Boys like, where Damien Darkblood just as one example, Damien Darkblood is a detective, but he's kind of a joke. He's the kind of detective that figures everything out once everyone already knows the truth.
Oh.
So, like, it's really The Boys where they, like, in the comic where everything's a parody. Like, yeah, everything, yeah, like, so I've enjoyed the way they've told it this way, where the pacing's great. We don't get these stories that are like, that last 7 episodes and it's like, oh my god, this doesn't matter. I really enjoy this, and I really hope it continues to be excellent. I don't think we're getting too much, for the record. I think if they don't Walking Dead this and extend it past its lifespan, from what I've been told, we're already like 25-ish issues through the comics out of like 140. So we could get like 5 to 7 seasons, maybe less. And if that's just like concise storytelling, I'd be happy. I don't want them to like overdo this.
Yeah.
But yeah, like now is the time for me to ask you guys, as I was alluding to earlier, where do you think the next episode will take us?
I just hope
have
that
faith.
Yeah. Go ahead, Juancho.
No, yeah, I have faith. I mean, like I said, I was very satisfied with the entire robot subplot. Like the reveal made sense to me, and the reveal was in character despite being shocking, right?
Yep.
So, like, that's the type of reveal you want. You don't want a Game of Thrones where you just destroy someone's character just to make something really shocking.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that they did the robot reveal so well gives me faith that they're gonna do the Omni-Man one, and how they're gonna handle the entire situation properly. I think I have faith. So
excellent.
I mean, we'll see. Season 8, episode 8's in like a week. So yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. I agree.
Well, what do you think?
I have faith in Mark to make the right decision. Come on, man. Like,
really?
Okay, here's the thing. What is
I know
the right
he's been
decision
down a
at this
deep
point?
path, but like, you got to think about moms, man. Like, you can tell he's always been in mom's corner, man. Right? Like, in the other episodes, when the mom said something, that's when his choice was kind of made, like to help out was that Black Samson? It was the other guy, the Rock dude.
Oh yeah,
His
yeah.
name. Right? It was from his mom's opinion that he made that. Him and his mom had that bonding moment. He kind of had this training thing with dad. He just saw his dad murder this dude in front of him. I mean, unless it's like the craziest explanation. And they kind of hinted that he wasn't mind controlled.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's just something I had to do. So it's like, really though, right? Like, so yeah. And I mean, I feel like earlier he was kind of hinting that Mark wasn't, he's like, it's kind of bad that he got his powers now. Like, oh, were you planning to kill your son off too or something? So I don't know. I have faith in Mark, but I actually also feel like Cecil told Adam Eve something. So I think either way, they're going to have it handled. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of cut away from that. He was like, all right, you got to listen to me. And then they kind of cut off. Like, oh, maybe they have like some grand plan.
I mean, isn't Mark making the right choice actually out of character? Because the entire show is about him making the wrong choices at every step of the way.
Damn,
so that'd be perfect to end it on the right one for the first time.
But he finally made the right choice, or
Derek, Juancho doesn't want character development. He wants people to stay the same forever. No, I get Juancho's point though, right? Like, you kind of expect Mark to make the wrong decision because of how the seasons played out. He made the wrong decision with Titan, which ended up leading him becoming the underworld boss. He ended up making the wrong decision with not telling Amber soon enough, even though for me it was justified, because he barely knew her at first, and why would he tell her his secret? He made the wrong decision.
With the astronauts. He killed the entire Martian race, probably.
Yep. Well, I don't see how that's Mark's fault, but this is very in theme. Because if he didn't take his eyes off the astronauts, they wouldn't have gotten taken away from the Martians. They could have resolved that up on the surface. And he made the wrong decision in lashing out at his mom, who was just trying to do what's best for him and trying to talk him through this weird stage of his life. So, all in all, I get your point, Juancho. You know, it'd be on brand for Mark. To Derek's point, I hope he has some character development, and I hope whatever decision comes, it'll be the right one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're kind of hinting that, like, especially with the conversation with Mark and Adam Eve, when she was like, because he was like, I should have just listened to my dad, and she was like, well, why? Like, it matters more to save people, like saving people's lives. So I hope that triggers, like, my dad just killed somebody. He probably killed the whole thing. It shouldn't matter, like, what happened. You know, these guys are your friends. I'm hoping we'll see, though. It's like I said,
we'll see.
The fact that they ended with that, like, god damn, like, why?
Yeah.
By the way, did we ever find out who the dead body I forgot, that made it to London, that had, like, that burger where Mark works at? Or is that still, like, an open plot point?
But
you know what I'm talking about?
I am not remembering this. Yeah.
What is this?
Remember there was, like, the security guard and his son. They had, like, this moment in, like, at London or whatever.
They were outside of the palace. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, a dead body, like, shows up out of nowhere, and then it's holding, like, a burger or whatnot.
I do not remember.
And they're like, oh, I didn't know that they have blank burger here in London.
Oh, and then he said they don't.
Yeah. So we were like,
I don't remember that. Wow,
what
I don't
is
remember
that?
I gotta look back.
Like, I was just wondering, like, you know, because I wonder if that's gonna tie into.
Well, yeah, that and the Martian thing needs to get tied in somehow too.
Yeah.
Right, because the Martians are there. Like the aliens are on those astronauts that came back, so that also needs to be answered. So that is interesting. I forgot about.
If they will answer it, right? Like, let's find out.
Right, yeah, that's also a thing, right?
Because, like, I think the way they've set a lot of this up is that it doesn't have to be answered. It's like a lot of great questions that you could just leave open and to the imagination of the viewer. One thing they could do, from what I heard in the comics they do as well, is just set up, like, you know, side stories, side shows that could fill in the gaps. Maybe a web series about, like, you know, other heroes. So I'd be cool with that. Yeah. So far, guys, Invincible has kept us engaged and talking, and I gotta give it props.
Yeah. Good show if you guys haven't watched it.
Yeah, man. Whether this takes an ugly turn on next show, and we were like, Invincible is crap. They gave us the worst ending for the season. We gotta
it's Game of Thrones all over again.
No. Why, God? Why? No. Okay. But yeah, I've enjoyed this so far. Any final thoughts, guys? Before I think Juancho has to disappear. Damn it, Juancho! I'm gonna miss you again. Any final thoughts, guys, on Invincible?
Just 8 better deliver, dude. 8 better deliver.
Yeah,
that's it.
Amen.
All right, Juancho. It's been great seeing you, and until you catch up to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we cannot talk to you about these upcoming spoilers. So, you got to say bye, don't you?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Oh,
especially though from that finale, you got to get on it, man.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I now that it's done, I can actually go ahead and watch
binge it. Yeah.
Everything. I just didn't have time to binge it recently.
You
just finished. Like, it literally just finished.
Yeah, and you had like
good.
7 hours playing Dungeons and Dragons, so you know that took up your time. All right, Juancho, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Kutsang Geekcast?
Cool. You can find me at my Instagram, which is at Juancho Saldana, and my Twitter, which is at JohnPapillon_. Sorry that's so hard.
I gotta change your name tag. I gotta change this nameplate.
I just really like the name, so I'm going to keep it. But yeah, I've been pretty active on Twitter lately. I like tweeting about more geeky things. It's a more free space now that I'm not I'm trying not to cancel people. So yeah.
Juancho, for the folks at home who are listening, how do you spell Jean Papillon?
It's JeanPappillon. Pretty sure _. Pretty sure that's how it's spelled.
Yeah. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. John,
other than that, I don't really stream, but I like to guest on people. This time I actually did guest on people's stream. I was in Derek's stream for a while. So, and I'm trying to play more things now. I'm trying to get more time into playing. So we'll see. We'll see.
Excellent.
But
Hell
yeah, the future quit stalling campaign. Yeah, very ready for that as well.
I'm so excited.
So,
yeah, dude, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so fun, man.
What we're doing is we just decided on, I think, what type of story we wanted to tell, because I gave you guys the option. Do we want to do like Power Rangers? Do we want to do Star Wars or Marvel? Like,
that's right. We also have Lachelle.
Yeah, Lachelle's gonna be joining us for that.
Lachelle could probably DM too. I thought she was maybe mentioning that. We'll see. We'll iron out the deets for everybody, like I said.
We'll figure it out. All right.
Anyway, thanks for having me, guys. I'm gonna go so you guys can talk some Falcon. All right. See you guys
later, Juancho.
See you, man.
All right, Juancho's Gancho, Derek.
Juancho is Gancho.
You know what that means?
You know what that means?
And me.
I was so close to saying a spoiler. Like when I said when we were talking about Invincible and Omni-Man punching Immortal and everybody saw, I was like, man, it's so powerful. Like everybody watching John Walker. I almost said that like when the blood was on the shield. I was like, oh my god, okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, I was like, reel it in, Sensei. Come on.
We're almost there, man.
Yeah, and I was like, thank God I didn't accidentally spill the beans.
It's all right, man. It's all right. We're almost there. All right, we're gonna talk.
Yeah,
about
we're almost there. That's true.
The Winter Soldier. Give me a second to bring it up on screen.
No worries. And for that, guys, if again, this is gonna be huge spoilers alert. We're gonna be wrapping up the final episode of Falcon Winter Soldier this week. So if you haven't seen it and you want to, you might want to tune out. If you're okay with spoilers, you'll be fine tuning in. But we're gonna get into the whole episode. So just a little spoiler alert for everybody. And it's gonna be really good. You guys, if you haven't watched this, man, like,
it
was so good, man.
It's
like,
so good.
I said, Marvel.
I cannot not, Derek. It is such a good show.
It's so amazing. Yeah, it's in more ways than one, not just for a series and the values it teaches too. And it's just powerful, beautiful, guys.
It's super good. It's super good. All right, Derek, let's get straight into it. We opened up our review or our recap with our spoiler full recap with the big fight scene, the one that the past episodes have been kind of edging us towards, because John Walker's getting unhinged, and someone's gotta stop him. We get the fight scene. Ooh, my gosh, that bloody shield always. Oof.
That's that scene, man.
All right, Derek, we got an opening fight scene between John Walker, Sam, and Bucky. Dude, till this moment, they're still trying to talk to him.
I know.
And Walker is just like, you know what? This is mine. This is my birthright. It's my shield.
Yeah.
Even though it's not.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, and I like the beatdown that they gave, and it was a pretty even fight, right?
Good fight.
We got one juiced-up super soldier versus another, and a guy with metal wings.
Yeah.
It was really cool. What did you think about the fight scene? First of all,
I love the fight scene. Honestly, like this whole series, the way Falcon and the way Sam has been able to be so creative with that he's not a super soldier, but he uses the wings and the power of the jet, like the pack of the force, to put more emphasis into his punches and his pushes, his maneuvers, and it's very tactical and smart, and I love that. Keeps him on par with these. But I love the fight. You could definitely tell he is he's almost more attached to the shield than anything else, right? It's just like at a moment it almost seemed like they were gonna talk him out of it, but then once Sam was like, just give up the shield, it's like, oh, that's what this is about, huh? It just kind of shifted right there. So I'm assuming this just a symbol itself was what he's clinging on to. Well, man, fight was great. Very, a lot of emotions tied to it too, of course. Nice to see like Bucky and Falcon kind of going team like 2-on-1, and it was pretty cool to see.
Dude,
a good fight scene.
This move was brutal. Let me go back to it real quick.
Yeah. Oof.
Like
Yeah.
this is like a tag team move in wrestling. just whip it into a steel chair.
Yeah, right. And Sam uses the force of the jet to like propel him. Like, damn, that must hurt. So
From the top rope, Derek. From the top rope.
Yeah, from the top rope. So yeah, it was a really good fight though. I loved it. How about you? Oh, I will say too, very emotional when Sam was trying to wipe the blood off. He's just, couldn't stand to see the, it's so sad, man. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the fight?
It was heavy. It was a lot heavier than I thought. It wasn't just your typical action sequence because, like you said, there's a lot of symbolism involved, and it made it a lot tougher to stomach in some senses because Sam is this guy who was gifted this shield, but he still doesn't want the responsibility. Bucky is this guy who thinks Sam just needs to be thrust forward, and at the same time there's that undertone of Steve can't be wrong about Sam or else he'll be wrong about me, so he's trying to make that amend. There's John Walker who believes that he's earned this right to be a symbol for people, and then minutes earlier he messed that up. He snapped and messed it up, so he's trying to fight his own demons, and he's not a sympathetic character by any stretch. You don't want him to win, but there's reasoning to it, and that makes it tough, right?
Yeah.
I really like how I just love how Marvel does all of this. Even if they don't explicitly
100%.
say it, you as the viewer and as a fan of the MCU can piece all this together and and see the story behind it. What really got to me at the start, there's a lot of this going on, Derek, throughout this episode.
Mm-hmm.
America and the government and the armed forces were ready to dump this man on his ass. And I'm gonna start getting a little hot-headed Herald here. He was right. He wasn't wrong in saying that America made him this way. He was the perfect soldier, which again, we go back to our point from the previous episode, makes him not a great Captain America because he just follows orders, and that's not what a captain and a symbol should be. All right. His title later on is kind of way more apt, but you cannot deny that this is what armies do. This is what governments do. They breed these perfect killing machines, and when the public says no, these killing machines that were made are the ones at fault. And the government gets to just wash their hands and say, that was them, not us.
Not us, yeah.
It's BS, dude. And I'm sure a lot of former vets, I can't speak for them, but, could see what the story is behind all of this, right? We can't, Derek, you and I can't pretend to know what an army vet goes through, but we can empathize into the point of view of I put my life into this, whether it's a lifelong passion or defending a country. There's similar emotions and things that go off in your brain to try and accomplish these goals, just like what John Walker went through. And to have the people who are supposed to be backing you just dump you and say, and renounce all the good things you've done, even though you did it for them, that's rough, man.
Yeah,
that's absolutely rough.
It's definitely rough, man.
And again, John Walker isn't the most sympathetic person, and that's what makes this kind of interesting because we're not rooting for this guy.
Yeah, we're not.
Right, he's a different kind
of
But he
has a point. He does have a point. Yeah, 100%. And it's like you definitely, obviously, it seems to be the overarching theme that these governments have all this pull and they can do so much stuff, but they choose not to. And then when things, like what Harold said, when things go wrong, they just point the finger, shift the blame.
Yes.
Very, that's exactly what happens too. So, you definitely, like Harold said, you feel where it comes from. It's like, you guys made me this way. And it's true. He's a soldier and they were obviously trained to do that. And of course, instincts like that in the heat of battle, it's going to kick in your head off. Like, it's not just a soldier that he lost. It's like his best friend.
Yeah, so, dude. That's
right.
huge.
So yeah, exactly. But yeah, I definitely know what you mean. And definitely, honestly, like A little sad though too that when he went to the family, he kind of lied about it.
Oh, he lied to Lamar's family.
I know. I was like, damn, man. I was like, why?
No.
Like, why would you do that?
I mean, you kind of get it, right? If it was framed differently, he didn't want them to worry anymore.
No, right.
But it's the fact that the way he lied was saying, I wouldn't let the man who murdered your son get away with, like, it's just so wrong. It is.
It is.
Well, let's go into something a little less tragic, but still quite tragic. Zemo's family's memorial. Where Bucky and Zemo have probably the most interesting face-off in this entire series. It's more emotional. It's not physical, which makes it that much more, for me, impactful. This really stood out for me because Bucky had a gun that you think, oh, they're setting it up. He's gonna shoot Zemo. He's still that's still in him to solve things with violence and end this huge threat to the world. This wild card, Baron Zemo. And then they flip the script on us, Derek, and they show us the wonderful Dora Milaje showing up at the right time and be like, "Nah, man, I'm letting them haul you back to jail where you belong. This is
they got justice. You, man. They got you." I thought it'd been so funny if he was like, "I'm Bucky Barnes and trying to make amends, and you're part of that process," like you did you know what I mean, in that first episode. I thought it'd been so funny if he said that, but like you said, very powerful scene. Bucky's changed. He's embracing his new self, like his true self. I love that. And it's such a great ending too. Very, very powerful scene.
Dude, the acting between the Bucky and Zemo's actors, I'm blanking on their name. Sebastian Stan and freaking what's his name? Dang, it's Zemo actor name. Oh gosh. No. Daniel Bruhl. Daniel Bruhl.
Daniel.
So the acting, man, these guys are like
masterclass, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. It reminds me of what's his name? Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek, Patrick Stewart.
Like, oh yeah, right.
A different actor would make Star Trek: The Next Generation look so dumb. Like, put different actors in these scenes where, like, the most intense staring scenes of just dialogue, it could be really dumb, right? It could be like, it's just a comic book movie. But the fact that they act so well,
right?
Bucky's quivering and his little micro expressions of this is all trauma surfacing again, so good.
It's so amazing, dude. Such great people, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts on this next scene because this sets up a great scene in the next episode as well. Sam going back to Isaiah with the shield, dude. Sam still can't bear it. Sam still can't bear the weight of becoming a Captain America. So he looks for affirmation from Isaiah to tell him, go ahead, be the Captain America that they deserve. But that's not what he says.
That's not.
Derek, Isaiah, if anything, tells him not to do it.
Yeah.
And Isaiah gives us his backstory of being erased and imprisoned as one of the first super soldier test subjects. Even after saving 12 of his brothers who were held captive. And what happened to him? He was erased and imprisoned. What did you think about that? For me, this was rough, man.
Yeah, it was a big important part of history that should have been definitely shown. Definitely sucks to have it heard so late right in the MCU. But it's also that makes it that much more powerful. And it was very, I agree, very cruel. And you can see it, man. And speaking of acting, the pain in this man's eyes and his voice and his expressions, you can see, man, like 30 years, you don't even disagree with this man's mindset. Like you would be like that too. If 30 years of torture, of getting injected, getting pricked, taking blood. And then you have that one thing you hold on to, the love of your life. And then to know that later, nothing, your hope was not even getting a sliver of what you thought was there. It's very, very heartbreaking. And that's why at the end, when he even says like, the red, white, and blue stripes do nothing to me. And he's like, I would never be Captain America. And he goes, in any any respectful black man would not be too. Like he goes, they should know, right? And
it's intense.
You can feel it, and right after his story, you're like, well, that makes complete sense. And I like this though. I love this because Sam is being very, very like the Captain America he should be. He's getting all perspectives. He's not taking one side. He's not seeing one shade of the spectrum. He's looking at the whole thing. He's making sure. And obviously, right, you could tell that it impacted him a lot. So, and he's like, this whole series, Sam's just, you always see him thinking, man. He's just always, he's trying, he wants to do the right thing. Like you said, right? He's always just, can you believe I did because I thought it was the right thing. So that's always been his thing. And, yeah, that scene was very good. I love that scene too. It was very good.
Who is this actor that plays Isaiah, man? Because dang, is he good?
Yeah, I know, dude. Everybody in here, man. Like just these, wow. And it's just crazy. It kind of goes back to what we were hoping to expect in these Marvel shows. And goddamn, man, it's just so good. It's they did not fall off at all. Like they're amazing. Good job.
How about this? Okay, let's go back to the lighter side of things. The Bucky and Sam bromance, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So they're not friends. They're the coworkers.
Right. I love it, man.
They're
working together.
Together, right?
I love that. I love it.
It's so freaking interesting. We got like one of the funniest lines ever. Like, why are you using your non-bionic arm? And he's like, oh, I'm right-handed.
Yeah, I'm right-handed. I love that.
Really think about it.
I don't really think about it.
It makes so much sense, right? Human, like
right.
The other side of these badass superheroes is they're just people at the end of the day. Sam is a guy who's just trying to help his sister and his family. He can't just call a favor. Right? Like sometimes he's got to do it all himself, and thankfully with the help of Bucky and his bionic arm. Bucky is this dude that has a bionic arm, but he doesn't have $1 billion. How is he going to help people? By being there. And they go into that even in further detail as Sam and Bucky talk about the future and the shield and what it means. Right? Okay, so here's a cool thing for me. Is this conversation that they had?
Well, wait, I actually want to go back to the boat thing too first, real quick.
Go, please.
Something that I noticed watching the second time that I thought was so powerful is that this boat was literally a metaphor for Sam's entire personality in the show. Something that he's had his whole life, and building it, having to fix it himself, but not just by himself, not just his family, but by the help of others like Sebastian Stan, fixing this old thing and trying to make it new again. Sam was okay to sell it right away, right? At first, sorry, not Sam. His sister was okay to sell it. And Sam was like, no, we got to keep it. But it's kind of weird that you think about that, right? Because Sam wants to give the shield away. But I feel like while he's fixing this boat and seeing how this legacy could live on in their family through a boat, I feel like he's slowly starting to see how this shield should be represented. And he's seeing Bucky's there helping him do it. You have his sister eventually coming into terms, just like, oh yeah, we can't sell this. You know what I mean? Like, It's not the right thing to do. It's been in our family, right? And I think Sam at the back of his head is realizing, damn, Steve was family. He gave me this to carry it forward, and I'm trying to give it away, and I shouldn't be, right? I should be honing it, repairing it, and I thought that was such a for me, like that scene of him fixing the boat, and it was finally, touching up the edges. Okay. Oh, I thought that was beautiful, man. I love that.
I love it too,
and he's getting everybody to help, right? Yeah. The people's man, which is Captain America. So it's like, he's getting all these people's help and all these people wanting to help. And you could even see it, right? And these people, they're not helping because it's an obligation. Like, no, man. Yeah. You call us for help, we're gonna come help. That's like what they said. So I'm like,
yeah. Right? Like it's not strictly like, they owed our folks favors because our folks would always do stuff for them. Like we're calling it.
Yes.
It's not like that's how they premise it. But when you see why they're doing it when they're actually there, it's like that's what people do. That's what people are supposed to do, is help each other out.
Yeah. Seriously. I love that. I thought that was beautiful, man.
It's fantastic, so dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's actually a great point that I want to bring up later on again. Like let's circle back to that later on in the finale.
For sure.
Because that's a great point.
That's
actually a fantastic point. And what makes him a great person.
And it was right, and it was good at this point too, because at that point he doesn't have his wings.
Yeah.
Right, they were ripped off, and everything was like he didn't even want the wings.
Yeah.
At this point, he didn't want anything. He didn't want to be Falcon. He said keep it to Torres. He tried to give the shield to Isaiah, and he was just at like the lowest of the low, kind of right there. So that's why I thought that was pretty, like a very beautiful scene,
that's
metaphorically
a good point,
too.
dude. Yeah,
Right,
like he kind of went through a personal crisis of I don't want to be the Falcon, let alone be Captain America.
Right.
So, oh man, and talking to Bucky not only helped him, but it helped him understand Bucky and how to give Bucky better advice. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sam, like Bucky, first of all, talks to Sam about, okay, him and Steve actually had a conversation about giving Sam the shield. That surprised me, even though it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because at first of all, I was like, when did they have time to talk?
Right.
It was always in my head. Like, of course, like Steve just made the decision. Bucky respected it. Oh, but Bucky says, when Steve talked to me and planned to give you the shield, then he said, we never considered what it would mean for a black man to carry that shield. So they had like a conversation. Like,
yeah,
of course it's got to be.
That was, and dude, that scene alone, man.
Yeah,
it was so beautiful. You could see like in his face, he's truly was sorry, man. And he's just like apologized to him. And dude, this was like, remember the first scene when they looked at each other.
Oh,
and he just like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with you. We're gonna finish this and just go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Here you feel the bond, man, and it's so beautiful. I loved it, man.
It
made me teary-eyed to hear that, man. I love that. And Bucky just made me love you even more than I already do. But yeah, he's like, man, I'm sorry, man. I truly am. I'm like, damn, that's awesome, man. I love it.
It's so cool, right? Because they saw Sam for who he was, a person.
Yeah.
Right. It was so like there's so many layers to that conversation that stand out. And again, going back to Sam helping Bucky, he was saying, Bucky, you helped those people because you thought, it'd make you feel better. You weren't making amends. You were avenging. You were amending. You were avenging. And then when he puts it simply, which is the same for other people who feel guilt and are trying to remedy their guilt, is don't do it to make you feel better. You'll feel better when you make them feel better. And that's not.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as Sam puts it, because as we see in the finale, which I guess we should be able to hint at this point, when Bucky does make amends to what's his name, the Japanese, the old Japanese man who Bucky murdered the son of. Can you Google the name? I don't want to butcher the name. Derek, thank you so much. I really don't want to say the wrong name. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, sir. Oh, I can't hear you, Derek. No, I can't hear you. I think this happened last time too. But yeah, so like when he finally made the amends, for all we know, he didn't feel better. For all we know, Bucky just kind of made the wound even worse. But in trying to help him find closure, because the old man was always wondering what the son went through, because he had a feeling that it wasn't wrong place, wrong time. Nah, I still can't hear you, Derek. Sorry. I can see your lips though. I can see your lips moving. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yeah. So, in that moment, sorry, I still can't hear you, buddy. In that moment, Bucky was trying to tell him the truth and hopefully put his mind at rest. And that is what gave Bucky the assurance that, okay, this is the right thing to do. This is how someone is supposed to make amends, is trying, like, the intent is supposed to be there. It's not just, I'm checking things off my list, which I think was really powerful. So yeah, aside from the boat scene in this episode, and aside from, there, I hear you.
Got me? We're good? Okay.
Yeah, we Gucci.
There we go. Okay.
So aside from all that tough stuff, that emotional stuff that we went through, we also get an introduction to a surprise appearance, Derek, of Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Seinfeld, where? Like, where's Seinfeld at? Like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, that was man. Yeah, that was I definitely had to do a little bit of research on this character. Was not very familiar with who this person was, but you could tell, you know, kind of like one of those hidden key players there, and had a little in the shadows, very Hydra feels, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, but yeah.
What's the deal with Hydra right now?
Right.
So
and Bimo actually answered Mr. Nakajima. Was
there we go. Thank you, Bimo. Thank you, Nakajima.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Julia Louis-Dreyfus shows up and gives John Walker a blank card. Really frustrating when he was like, "It's empty. It's blank."
Right.
Come on, man.
And I did a little bit of background research on her character Val, or sorry, shouldn't call her that, or should I? Don't really know. Just think about it. She apparently was a Madam Hydra in the comics, one of many. Worked with worked with Nick Fury. Excuse me.
A little romantic history with Nick Fury.
Yeah,
too.
So that might be revealed later. I definitely believe she's probably going to tie in with someone specific later, which we'll mention.
Okay.
I think that's what I think is going to happen. So we'll definitely see. But yeah, that was I know they were mentioning in that episode there's going to be a new cameo, so it was interesting to see who that was.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I just realized, Derek, in my notes that
right.
hit, under long ass boat scene, I put metaphor ? And you did say it was a metaphor.
Right.
You did
right. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And yeah, man, it's just that scene in general, that whole right after that to that training montage, man, I was like, God damn it, this is my Captain America, and I don't care who hears it, man. Like, I loved that so much.
Yeah,
that was so powerful to me. And something I didn't notice that I didn't go back and see, but someone was like, did anybody notice that when he was running, he actually, the camera panned to his left, like he left open room on his left?
Oh my god!
You know?
No.
Because I was like, I haven't gone back and seen it, so I'm not 100% sure. But I'm like, dude, if the pan actually was like, they were saying like he was actually on the, like he left room, like on the path he was running.
Let's see,
I was like, wow,
see.
really? Yeah, I mean, well, I guess we'll see, right? Like when he was running, that he supposedly left some room on his left. Oh, right there, a little bit, but that part only. That part, that was it.
I don't know.
I think that's a little stretch, though. Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch.
It seems like a production thing and not a.
That would have been cool though if he did that, and then you see him kind of go, like look at his left. You know, I would have loved that. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that scene was awesome, man. Yeah. He's trying to work his craft, and he's getting back into it.
Derek, speaking of working his craft, we get to see in our first post-credit scene in the series, John Walker putting not just his one of his Medal of Honors behind a janky, what looks like a super.
Yeah, must have got that from the Jed's water park. The Wish Shield, like we were saying earlier with the Wish Park.
Yeah, dude, you and I were talking about this right after the episode. It looked super janky as he was making it, and then at the end, and that last frame, it's like, oh, it looks pretty good. It
didn't look that bad. Yeah, at the end, it was looking kind of like, oh, this is actually not that bad looking.
Yeah, it's so confusing, but yeah, we end up seeing it later on, and it is kind of janky. Not a master craftsman.
Very flimsy. Yeah,
John Walker is not. It looked kind of awful. I'm gonna try and go over it real quick. Actually, no. It didn't look too bad. It didn't look great though.
Oh yeah, it was a bad, but it definitely gets dented pretty easily, and yeah, that thing had no like great qualities about it except the look. That's probably was it.
Yeah. So here we are in the finale, Derek. Not as many talking points, but bigger talking points, right? So first of all, I want to premise all of this by asking, did you know that they actually had to supposedly rewrite a lot of the finale?
I did hear that. Yeah, because of COVID. Yeah, I think it was due to like relations to COVID, or are they saying like because of COVID?
So because of the storyline, supposedly what was going to happen was what Carly and the Flag Smashers were going to do was release a disease.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. Right. Okay.
And I think we kind of got a hint of that when the Power Broker herself. So when Sharon Carter takes out one of the Flag Smashers, when she touches him, like supposedly his skin kind of looks like it's melting. I think I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that's supposedly after she touches him, maybe kind of a little side effect that you see, but that was kind of out of the story. I don't know if that's really what we're seeing. But
so it really wasn't like the mercury thing. It was supposed to be the disease you're saying?
Maybe. But yeah. So that was.
I have heard about that though. Yeah, I definitely did hear about that.
Yeah. It's interesting to know, and it is more sensitive that they kind of avoided the topic.
Yeah. Right. I mean that makes sense too.
Makes total sense. All right. I think we can just go over this in broad strokes because there's no point in going scene for scene here. I'm surprised that they redeemed John Walker so quickly. We just saw the guy lose his mind, murder a dude, and all of a sudden. Same. Yeah,
I thought the redemption was pretty quick too.
Too quick.
I get what they're trying to do with him saving the people. I mean, I guess all in all, the last episode, he didn't really get anything else except the title stripped from him, no pardons, nothing. So I get it. I just kind of wish they showed the world more kind of accepting that, because right here you kind of literally go from them beating him up and losing everything, and then he's just he can just come on back and help everybody with the suit on. No problem.
It's just weird. It's a little weird.
It was pretty weird. It was definitely weird.
In the interest of time, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I really wish they didn't force it so quick, but I get it.
Give us one more episode with all the repercussions.
Yeah. I mean, because I know a little bit about the U.S. agent, so I knew they had to kind of find a way to. He is a fanboy. You got to kind of, and they had the scenes where he knew what he should have done. He snapped himself out of it and did the right thing. Sure.
It's too fast.
But yeah, it's a lot too fast, especially the way they were working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very dude, this guy literally tried to kill you.
Yeah.
But
obviously you would get why Bucky can sympathize.
Right. But like you said, he's trying something different.
But it wasn't shown as well as it should have been.
Yeah,
there's a lot of nuance that could have been on screen there. All right, so yeah, I was really surprised by that. Just to go over let's go over each of these characters. So John Walker at the end gets his U.S. agent outfit from Val. Don't call her that.
Yeah, the black suit.
It's a suit in black.
Right.
They make a joke about it, but it looks. I'm not gonna lie, Derek. It looks kind of cool.
Looks the same. Yeah. No. It does look. It looks really cool. And they sprayed the thing a lot better too. Like honestly, that was the. I know in the comics it's a lot like that too. Literally the flag sprayed kind of in front. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it looked good. Dude, honestly, my favorite Captain America outfit is the one in Winter Soldier, and that one's all black. So I love the all black. So I think that's why I kind of lean towards liking this one too. I'm like, this looks good.
I'm not gonna lie, right? It works. It feels like the comic one, and at the same time, it feels realistic, right?
Very Marvel shows. We are seeing the trend. The last episode seems to be the new outfit episode. So, right?
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Derek. I'm so glad you mentioned that because we do get a new outfit.
God damn it! It looks so good.
So we got that scene in the previous episode where Bucky gives Sam a little present from Wakanda, as he puts it, and obviously we don't know what's in that. We have a pretty good idea.
Right. We're like, that's got to be the wings, right? I mean, there's new wings.
That's got to be the wings.
Oh, God.
Oh man, because someone who isn't as savvy as us might think it's just new wings, because he gave the broken wings to his Hispanic army buddy.
Yeah, Torres.
Torres, thank you.
Who is supposed to be Falcon
in the comics?
In the comics, he takes up Falcon when Falcon takes up the mantle. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
It's really
foreshadowing,
cool.
possibly.
So then we get this first scene of Sam throwing the shield and doing the pose, man. He's Captain America now.
Oh man, I love it.
Flare.
And dude, not even that, the music. I believe that was the Captain America music, like when he comes in, the trumpets. I wanted to go back in the other movies and see, but usually when Captain America shows up, they play that like.
Let me see if I can play it. Hold on, let me mute the bed music real quick.
Yeah, go for it. And even the guy, because it's perfect too, right? Because the guy's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Captain America. And so it's like, yeah, go for it.
Oh.
Sharon, Bucky, what's going on your end?
Nothing. All quiet.
The suit looks so good,
sorry,
guys.
wait,
man.
who are you?
Captain America.
Fuck Captain.
No, it's like a little bit before, like right when he flies in. It's like
Oh,
right
okay,
when he
okay.
flies in.
Hold on,
Yeah.
give me 1 sec.
Go for it.
Okay, right here. Okay,
That part,
I'm
yeah.
digging it.
The
I'm digging
dun
it.
dun dun. That was very. So I loved it, but man, dude, this is literally the comic suit like outfit. It looks so good, and like I was saying with the U.S. agent, they're really sticking to it, and I love that. It looks so good on him too, man.
Oh,
Oh,
he does it, right?
he does it well, man. Damn, it's woof.
It's
Dude, he looks
fantastic
good,
there.
man.
It's
Like I
really
said,
good.
that's my Captain America right there.
Yeah, let's talk about the suit very briefly, Derek. And
Yeah.
you mentioned that it's not subtle.
No, yeah,
But-
it's very out there.
But
Yeah,
in a
definitely.
great way, right? I know they muted Steve's outfits for the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
The first ever Captain America outfit was, of course, like cloth and just for show for the troops. And then the one he wore to battle against the Red Skull was a little more practical.
Right.
This one is this is a superhero costume. I can see
yeah.
someone cosplaying with this.
Dude, this is good. I mean, literally, you have the thing I like about it is like literally the bottom half of it is Captain America from the chest down. That middle part, but the up part is all new Falcon, but it has its own twist on it, you know.
Yeah.
And dude, they built it up so well, man. Like, and I won't lie, if they made Falcon the Captain America at the beginning, I would have liked it. It would have been fine. But you kind of wonder, like, well, they should have, built it up a little bit, and this build up made it so much better, man. Like, he earns that, and you see it, you feel it, you know what I mean? And that's what I love, that it made this scene that much more powerful. Dude, I was teary-eyed when he came out with that on. I was like, oh my god, he looks so good, man.
That's the word, dude. He earned it. Our biggest criticism of the Justice League in the past was the result didn't feel earned, right?
Yeah.
And this, like, we went through episodes with him struggling with the fact that he's Captain America, struggling with the fact that he was gifted a shield that he doesn't feel like was his. And then this is the part where he's confident. I'm Captain America. When they ask him, who
I'm
are
Captain
you?
America.
So, I enjoy that. Even even the costume itself, like we're saying now, it's very comic book, but it feels real. It feels like it's something that, is combat ready. And tactical gear isn't exactly thin, right?
Yep. True.
So it just works. And Captain America isn't going to be subtle anymore.
Right.
Because you need a symbol that has to
stands out. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
Especially even more in Sam's case, which obviously we'll get into later more. But dude, yeah. Oh my god, dude, it's so good. I'm so happy how it turned out, and he looks great in it, man.
He looks amazing, and
he does.
Oh my gosh, did they build him up so well?
They did. They really did.
Right.
Even the fight scenes, man. It goes back to what I was saying earlier with how Sam fights with the shield and he uses his wings, dude. The combinations, it's so amazing and tactical.
GSP,
right against that, and against like even later when you get into the other fights, like he's fighting against stronger people. He's reinforced, dude. It's so good. I love it, man. It's those little things for me that I really love.
And this was a really extended fight scene. I like that they show us Sam's proficiency with the shield from the get-go.
Right.
Like
the training scene paid off for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you know, they could have shown us a fight scene later on, but they wanted to establish like, okay, no, Sam has been training. He's seen Steve use this, kind of like how Steve saw how Thor used Mjolnir.
Yeah.
You know, and this is how he would apply it. He's not Steve. He's not gonna fight like Steve. He's got his own way of doing things. He's gonna use the jetpack to compensate for the strength. He's gonna use his wits. Like he's gonna kick it up here and hit Batroc in the face. Right? Bang!
Yeah, that was awesome.
Clever. Like that's
awesome.
something Steve would do. He'd use it to his advantage.
Right. Seeing the push, right? But he used the force of the jetpack. It's those little things that I love.
And he doesn't kill, dude. The dude smashes.
Right.
The dude smashes
just leaves.
the window.
He says, "See ya."
Yeah.
God, I gotta say too, all the fight scenes, man, that was amazing.
Epic,
dude. Like, so epic. Very, very smart. Very Sam. And oh man, he looks really good. He looks, dude. That pose right there, man.
Let's go back to that. Let's go back
that
to that.
pose was like the pose right there.
Hold on, we
gotta, because you know, you got to really see the color of the wings too. The wings got the colors, right?
So pretty.
Yeah, see, like I said there, the way he's using the shield and the wings to cover, dude, it's like secondhand nature to him. I love that, man. And people, I love this too. You got to show this, man. The people already accepting him, man. I love that. They're clapping for him, like, yeah, like, man.
This guy lands in front of you. You
look at that, man.
You gotta
look at that, man. He looks so damn good, dude.
So good. It's so good.
Ah.
Bimo in the chat says vibranium wings. That's right, vibranium wings.
Right.
Lightweight, tough as nails. All right, it's just so cool.
Literally the whole package. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, man. You look good, Sam. You look good, Anthony Mackie. Just saying, man. And I know you'll see this down the line.
I want to throw this back, Derek. I want to throw it back to in the early episodes where you and I were wondering, will we feel like this is our Captain America? Right? We were thinking, will it feel like he's earned it?
Right.
Damn straight he has. Look at that. He's put in the work. They had a
Hell
training montage. Physically, he's put in the work. Emotionally, he's tried to connect to people. Right? Mentally, he's prepared because look how he fights, dude. He's put everything together. I will back this guy as Captain America as long as I can.
Dude, here's 100%, man. Literally, Steve's thing was Steve and Peggy's thing, dude. It goes even back to Peggy. Peggy teaching Steve. You always, I think Peggy said it. They mentioned it in Civil War. Like, even if the whole world, it was exactly when Steve was trying to figure out to sign these accords or not. Peggy says, even if don't move, even if the whole entire world is against you, you tell them you move. I'm not moving, dude.
God.
That literally encompasses Sam in this whole thing, dude. Like at this point, he just said, I don't care. And I think he said it in the last episode. Like, you know what? Like, I'll be damned actually, he might have said it in this scene. When he was talking about basically, I've been fighting for this my whole life, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to fight it as Captain America. Like, he's basically stating that he doesn't care. He knows it's going to be hard. Like, he's even mentions, I'm a black man wearing the red stripes. Stars and stripes and Captain America's shield, but I'm going to fight for this.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
like oh my God. Dude, this scene alone, it's just, dude, I was tearing up quite a bit, man. It was so
strong,
powerful, man.
Strong, man. You're right. You're right to reference Peggy and Steve because, you know, when the whole world tells you to move, which is what the senator was saying, you know, like, you don't understand what it takes for, you know, all the strings you gotta pull to make all this happen. That's them saying, no, Sam, you gotta move, you gotta understand, you gotta fall in line. And Sam says, no, you gotta do better. You move, right? Because how are you supposed to inspire people and expect them to understand what you're doing if you're not meeting them halfway? Literally what he says is meet them halfway. So many people feel this way in the world right now, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love this episode. You don't want to get cheesy with it, but that's exactly how a lot of people are feeling right now, is people gotta start meeting people halfway.
Man, like, you don't understand, like, this scene literally, like, in times right now too, man, like, I feel like this scene, like, man, he was really, I want to say low key trying to, you know, send a message other than this series, you know?
Yeah.
You can feel it, dude. It's tough, man. And like, I think, God, he said something else in the previous episode and now it's escaping me, but dude, like, the fact that he was talking about Carly, you know? And he's like, well, you have to look at it both ways. And he's telling these guys here, you guys are going in there, taking these things from you guys. You can't keep calling them terrorists. You can't keep calling them thugs. These are people, you know? Why do you think they're calling you guys? It's because you're doing this.
Yeah.
You know, he goes, you got to think about this. People are overthrowing the world's strongest authorities, the government. For what? They're not just doing it to do it. There's a reason, and you gotta understand. And dude, this was so powerful, and honestly, a very good Captain America scene, dude. Like, and the fact that it was like, you know, it's good that it was broadcasted in the series. Like, you see the people at home watching. You see Isaiah watching. Dude, Isaiah literally, that speech twisted him. Like, that's how powerful it was, man. Literally, the last episode, he says, no respected black man would ever put that on, and he literally was respecting that speech.
He changed his mind.
Oh man,
Sam changed his mind, and I love that you brought up I love that you brought up Carly and the rest of them, because, you know, after that speech, he says you don't want to see Carly 2.0. You don't want to see the result of desperate people having to resort to desperate measures, because, you know, you're backing people into a corner, and that's what's gonna happen. And it's true. Carly was this scared teenager that just happened to have the opportunity with the super soldier serum in Madripoor, thanks to Sharon, who we find out is a power broker. If you piss off the wrong person that actually has more of the means to unite these people that are feeling oppressed, you are screwed, right? And this isn't a fight for the sake of chaos, like a Joker, or someone who just wants chaos for the sake of chaos. These are people who are fighting for what they think is right, because you've left them no other option, and it's terrifying. And
it's like it needed to be said too, you know. And like, and you look at it, right? Like, I mean, the government at this point, they have a point. Like, of course, you come back 5 years later and someone else in your home. Is that fair to them? Of course it isn't. But it's also not fair for these people who've adapted to this world that they never thought was going to go back to normal. You can't just throw those people out. You can't just shift the. Sorry, that was me. You can't just shift the blame. You can't just shift, and change. Just get rid of this. We'll focus on this, right?
Yeah.
My God, dude, and that scene, definitely brought lots of tears in my eyes. It was so, like, to the heart, man. It was so real, so powerful. You could see it in Anthony Mackie's eyes and the acting, man. It was, it was good. I loved it. And Bucky, man, he disrespects him, man. Look at him. He was standing back there.
It's coming from a real place.
I did like what he said though when they kind of met, right? He said something like, I'm sorry, I kind of tuned out what you said after something. Like,
I heard Black Man and Shield.
I was like, that was funny.
It's great to see their chemistry, and you know, I want to move on to Sharon, dude. Sharon is playing everybody, man. The power broker.
I know. I'm sad because I really like Sharon. Man, like, what the hell? What you doing, girl?
But it's interesting, right? It's a twist. Like, she's not this goody two shoes that Peggy was, which is great. She now, thanks to Sam and Bucky, has access to a ton of government secrets, which is so dangerous.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. And you know, it's literally the message that Sam said, but it's affected her the most. Like, she literally probably felt like, oh, look, they came back and they're all pardoned, but here am I'm still on the run, and that probably got to her bad.
Oh, for sure. That, like, probably, dude,
right? You know, all those years, I would think it's safe to assume she wasn't blipped, right?
You know what's worse? You know what's worse, dude? Sam freaking picks Carly up, flies her out of the sewers like an angel, and Sharon is sitting there shot,
bleeding out. Yeah, and he just leaves. Yep.
He just leaves. And Sharon's just like, guess he's got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that scene too, that was beautiful.
Oh, you
with
like
the wings
that?
coming
Yeah,
out.
man.
That's man.
See, I couldn't ignore the fact that he just left his friend in the sewer bleeding.
No, that was I was like wondering. I'm like, well, Sharon's bleeding out over there. So
I mean, it's not like Carly had anywhere to go. She was unfortunately dead. He could have flown Sharon out first. Or do you think that's something? No, he didn't fly Sharon out first. No, he picked up Carly and left. I'm pretty sure he picked up Carly and left. But
yeah,
it's just really funny to think about. Okay,
no,
so
definitely.
we find out Sharon's a power broker. She kills Batroc so she won't get outed. Carly never
Right, no,
says
that's what I was
anything.
saying too. Could kind of maybe correlate with Val. Maybe her and Val are working together. I don't know. It's interesting, right? Like, seems like bad things are about to happen, especially we have that Sharon, you know, when she's in, she makes those phone calls. Like, that's kind of setting up probably for a lot of villains in the future films, man.
Heck yeah. People are saying Dark Avengers. I know Zemo has led his own ragtag group called the Thunderbolts in the past, which I was a fan of.
Oh my god, dude, that comic line is so good, actually.
I know why you love it.
Pretty cool.
I know why you love it.
Yeah, because Venom's there. Agent Venom's there, yes. Dude, oh my god. That, and it makes sense, dude. You got, I think, well, you got two of those people. You have, well, Red Hulk's on there too, though. So.
Oh yeah. Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
boss.
so it's gonna be, yeah. But we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I think, dude, I mean, she could even, you could have ties with that Sinister Six thing. Why not? Why can she? You could probably work. She's in there, man, and she's Sharon Carter, right?
She'd be the one giving out the weapons, right?
She has clout on her name, so she can get.
Yeah.
Interesting.
BMO in the chat mentioning that Sharon Carter was probably blipped.
Oh, she was blipped. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was confirmed in the show or probably externally. But yeah, it's super interesting, right? To know that she had to carve out her own space. She feels wounded. Like a different perspective on John Walker. She was dumped by her country and left to fend for herself in a pirate country in Madripoor in Indonesia, Pirate City, I guess. So it's really messed up.
That actually makes sense. Then that would make sense to why she'd be even more pissed. Is that these people came back and they got pardoned? What about me? Yeah.
What about that one dude named Hawkeye who was running around Japan and the rest of the world, Mexico, murdering
people? Right, exactly. All she did was steal some equipment, sure, but she didn't kill anybody. Like, murder people. They pardoned the Winter Soldier, the worst of all. So like, why not her? And I get it. Yeah, you'd have this hate built up, and she's building her empire. Yeah, makes sense.
It's pretty messed up, right? Especially considering the fact that, like you said, all she did was steal something. It's we're talking about governments, Derek. We're talking about how enforcement of the law is handed out. Unfortunately, a lot of the times we've seen it secondhand, maybe sometimes even firsthand. Yeah. Law enforcement picks on the weak.
Yeah.
They pick on the easy targets, and the people with money tend to get away scot-free. Yeah. Right, and it's kind of a bummer. But that's exactly what happened here. You know, Sharon was the smaller fish. These guys are the Avengers. They literally fought against Thanos. Pardon. This girl, she stole something. Throw the book at her.
Yeah. Yeah. Enemy of the state. Get her out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Geez, that's sad. So I get it. I mean, obviously she technically bred Carly, if you think about it. So
groomed her. She groomed her. Yeah.
Yeah, groomed her for sure.
Here, Derek, in the last piece of this episode that I want to really go into, Sam refuses to fight Carly. Oh my gosh.
Dude, this was the scene right here when he blocks and uses the wings to plant. Dude, that's exactly the stuff I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, plant your feet like a tree and tell.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it.
You move, Carly.
I very respectful, man. I'm not gonna fight you. Kind of almost. I mean, not as powerful as the Tony Captain America fight, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna fight you, Tony. You know, but I get it, man. You don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah,
I get it. That's a very good idea.
Sorry. This is the last part I really want to focus on.
No, yeah, I think we should definitely talk about the end. Other than this, too, the museum scene for sure.
Dude, I love how the dude was like, One world, one people. It's like
I know.
It's very Hail Hydra.
Right? It was so Hail Hydra, dude. It was like, that's the new Hail Hydra. One world, one people. Yeah.
And then it gets the truck that was carrying the surviving
Zemo's
Flag
butler,
Smashers.
right? Like, damn, man.
Crazy. At first I was like, who is that? And then it was pointed out to me, Zemo's butler. And this has a larger impact in my opinion, Derek. Correct? Tell me if you feel the same way.
Very Zemo. He did not want these soldiers made, so he getting rid of the last ones. Very Zemo. Very Zemo.
For me, Derek, this act shows a bigger how do I put this? It shows it has bigger repercussions because Zemo it proves that Zemo is connected to the world no matter where he is. Right?
Exactly.
This is how he knew what the power broker was. He may not have known exactly who the power broker was, but he knew that the power broker existed. He knows things outside of his cell. How does that happen? Right? Because
in prison, right? Yeah.
5 years.
And the raft out of all the places, right?
Yeah. Right? And he was in prison in Germany for since Civil War.
Yeah.
And he knows a lot about the world. So yeah, it proves so much and talks more about how or who and how crazy Zemo actually is and how powerful he actually is without us knowing.
Yeah.
Overall, Derek, it's time to start talking about our feelings for the entire series, which
wait, you don't want to talk about that museum scene, dude? I thought that was the most powerful scene
That's a great
of
point.
the whole show.
That's a very good point.
Dude, I instantly, not even that, before that they had the Nakajima scene, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I teared up, dude. I cried because he's like, I got one more thing to show you, and then right when I saw the museum, I go, no, man, like, oh my god, dude, this was so powerful, man. Like, dude, this guy, and fun fact too, you guys don't know that Isaiah Thomas's son.
Wait, Thomas?
Did I say Isaiah Thomas? I did say Isaiah Thomas. Sorry, thinking of basketball. I'm sorry.
No, it's easy to mistake him.
Sorry. But basically, Isaiah's son is, in the comics, he's the Iron Patriot. So
So this is his grandson here. No,
you're right.
His grandson.
Sorry, grandson. Yeah, sorry. Excuse me, his grandson. But man, dude, this was so powerful, man. The respect in this scene, and this is all he wanted, man. He's, all that years of torture, that it was so worth it, man. And
actually, no, he wanted more. He wanted to be able to live his life, but yeah.
I caught on the plaque too. He put was, so he kept him dead. He kept his wishes, but he kept him in history. Oh man, dude, right here, man.
That
hug, man.
God, I can't.
Dude, that got me.
It's so strong.
Yeah, I can't. Don't show it, man. Oh damn, man. That was so powerful.
And he started shaking. And crying. The acting.
Dude, I know, man. It was so powerful, man. It's so respectful. Like, oh man, that's why, like I said, man, this is my Captain America. I don't care.
Man of the people.
He's earned it, dude. 100%
Man of the
earned
people.
it. Yeah, and that was like the perfect ending to this, dude. That was so good.
We'll probably go on for weeks, months, years, Derek, on what makes Sam Wilson different as a Captain America, and what makes him great in his own way. Aside from being a man of the people, versus Steve, who was an ideal symbol because he saw the ugly side of early America. Sam sees the ugly side of all, the struggles of American history as well, in a different perspective, from a black man's perspective. Man. It's really cool. And then we get this, dude. This freaking, I lost it.
The ending scene, man. Captain America.
I can't.
God damn,
How
man.
do you? Oh my gosh, right?
Marvel. God damn, you guys. I even tweeted this. You did it again.
My gosh.
It was so good, man. Like, it's speechless. Honestly, they did everything really well. And dude, me and Harold have been saying, 6 episodes. Wow, they got a lot to do. Said the same thing on WandaVision. Wrapped it up pretty well. This one extremely well. Aside, the only complaint I had about that ending was the John Walker transition. But
I think Marvel has to start adding more to the end and taking away from the start, because it still started slowly. That was our first comment.
No, definitely.
From the first episode.
Definitely a little draggier. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they got to start quicker and give us more time to process the repercussions of what happened throughout the series. I get that it's easier to just end, like from a narrative point of view. It's so hard,
right,
to end a story. But I think that's where they got to start improving. If there's anything we can nitpick from the MCU, is making better endings.
A lot of unique mirroring too. I noticed in the first episode, right? It's literally Sam flying in the air. A lot of helicopter scenes. Batroc, literally the last episode, flying a lot of helicopters. Fights Batroc, right? It's very, very interesting flips there. And I guess also, the first episodes where Bucky's the most, like, the lowest of the low, and at the last episodes where he's finally feels good.
He's at peace.
He's told Nakajima. He's we didn't mention too, like, well, no, we did mention that, like, right, people are thanking him for saving him. Them. So like,
it's weird, right? It's weird, man, for him. Like, oh my god.
It is, yeah. That's right.
People...
When they said that, he was kind of like,
yeah,
it was weird, but you could tell he liked it. Like, God, that guy feels good.
Yeah, like we talk about Sam being a man of the people, but Bucky was one of the first people who stood up for Steve, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Steve, the scrawny little kid that was getting beat up all the time. That's who. That's who Bucky is. He also likes standing up for people.
Always looking out for the little guy. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's so good,
man. There's so much to go into.
Like, so good, man. It's in chat. Like, I mean, I'm assuming people here who's have watched it. If you haven't and you're just okay with spoilers, I definitely don't take our word for it. Like every little piece of this episode or the series, the build up, the history, the current events that it relates to, makes it that much more powerful, honestly.
Yeah.
So, and it's good. It's good, man. It's very good.
So freaking good. I swear, Derek. Then they show the second look at the title, the revamped title, Captain America and the Winter
Soldier. I love it.
Do you think? Okay. They brought this up on Fat Man Beyond, the Kevin Smith podcast that I love so much. The Winter Soldier doesn't sound like an Avengers name. I saw this on Reddit too. Should he end up taking his Wakandan name?
White Wolf?
The White Wolf.
Ooh, I wouldn't not like it. I think it'd be good. And it'd be a good way to get that the name off, his, like, the last thing, right?
Oh, like that could be like I am a new person.
I'm the White Wolf now. Yeah, right.
I would like that. I would like that.
I would too. Hopefully, maybe have Bucky go back to Wakanda. Have Shuri, fix him up a little something on his arm.
Because I could honestly see Sebastian Stan as the White Wolf leading a movie.
Right. I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I've heard his White Wolf arc was pretty good. I haven't. I'm not too into that and not knowledgeable, but dude, honestly, I want more Stan, man. I'm a Stan.
You're a Stan.
I'm a Stan.
You're a fan
Sebastian
of the man.
Stan. Yeah, dude, like, goddamn. Man, he's so good, man. It's good acting in this. Dude, Anthony Mackie too, man. And I think even the actors, I don't lie to. I think Carly kind of cute though to me.
Heck yes.
I love. It's the hair too. So beautiful, man.
Just that curly red hair. It's really cool.
Yeah, cool. And the freckles. She's a beautiful girl. She was actually. I was doing a
woman, Derek. She's a woman.
You're right. Sorry, beautiful woman. I was doing a little deep dive on her, and she was. I thought she looked familiar. She was in the Solo movie.
Yes, Queen.
And I looked at her, I'm like, but she was a lot younger there.
Yeah, they had a little nod to that. She was holding that parking meter like a staff, like she had it.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I know. And so go back to what I was saying. They had an interview, and I remember them saying that, like, just being on the set with Anthony and Sebastian, they said their acting was just so, like, out of this world to them that it felt insane. Like, I'm like, man, I bet, dude. Like, look at these guys, man. Like, they've been in it a long time too, so they know how it is. They know the deal.
About Clarence? Talking about Clarence from 8 Mile?
Talking about Clarence, man? Talking about Clarence, baby?
No,
came back with a vengeance.
Here's the thing. My raid teammates in WoW, They were talking. They brought up a good point, which kind of added to my hesitation of like not really full on hesitation, but like it made me think like, is Anthony Mackie the right guy to like? Is he a leading man? Because before this, he wasn't, right? You've never seen him as
a leading role. You're saying, yeah,
like
right.
You've never seen him lead a franchise or lead a movie. You've never seen him steal the show and be like that guy. You know, like Chris Evans kind of was the same though. When I was
I was about to say that too. I was trying to think. Chris Evans he was there. Chris Evans was always the guy for me from Not Another Teen Movie. Dude, he's just like so goofy. Like,
and then
he's just a goofy dude. Human Torch even is goofy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then he's so serious. And dude, like, god damn, he was a fantastic Captain America. So
and where he stepped up for me as a Captain America was in Winter Soldier. It wasn't even in the Avengers. Like he was cool in the Avengers, but he was still a Boy Scout.
Not even First movie was good too, but yeah, Winter Soldier was like, damn, this guy's good. Obviously all these actors they get in Marvel can act the hell like off their butts, dude. They're so good, man. Like,
you know another perfect example. I don't know why I'm starting to slur my words. Hemsworth came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
was okay as Thor. Was cool, really good. Had the physique. Ragnarok comes along. That guy is the best.
Dude, you guys gotta, man, everyone's gotta remember too, guys. A lot of these people in here were just thrown in, man. Like I was mentioning earlier, Tom Holland, dude. You know how hard it is to like a new person and a new hero thrown in. He did both, man. Like I tell everybody all the time. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Tobey Maguire was like my favorite Peter Parker. I actually like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but Tom just encompasses both perfectly. And to do that literally in Civil War and when he was, just announced was so amazing. And it's hard to act that well, to be honest. Like we've seen it in Justice League, right?
Oh, man.
In Justice League, right? Why did they have to do a Snyder cut? Literally Marvel, they probably saw Marvel do it in Civil War. Like, oh, we can do this. They did it. No, guys, it's a lot more than just trying to do it. It's a lot deeper than we think, man. Yeah. And even Mark Ruffalo, dude.
Oh, dude,
he was
Ruffalo
just thrown in there,
stepping in the Edward Norton shoes. Actually, circling back, Derek. Circling back to Tom Holland, you were saying he came in to be a new, like he's a new guy,
right?
Playing, inserted into an existing movie, an existing universe.
Right.
As a hero that everyone loves, the amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Right? Of that. Like, and he's knocking it out of the park.
Dude, especially with Spider-Man, it's literally the Batman of Marvel. Like, there's so many movies now of Spider-Man, right?
Oh, in that sense, yeah. I thought you were
right, there's like so many remakes, right? There's like, you have the Tobey, and it's like, oh, which Spider-Man do I watch? People are wondering. So, I think, they're literally knocking out of the park with just being able to throw people in there and just being fine. Like I won't lie, when I first heard about Mark Ruffalo, I was pretty upset. I really liked Edward Norton. He did a really good job as Hulk.
Good. He was good.
But Mark won me over for sure, man. Just in the first Avengers movie. So, like I said, Marvel. If anybody can do it, Marvel can do it.
And long may they do it.
Yes, please, man. Oh man. I think I will say though, I think I do like this series more than WandaVision.
Ooh.
I think so, man.
I can't compare, dude. I can't compare. Like, WandaVision gave us the what's going to happen next week vibes. This is giving us I know what's happening at the end, but how are they going to get there vibes? Like,
that's true. That's a good point, too.
Right?
Definitely. It's what is it with, like, so far, right? Usually after, like, the third episode is when it picks up. Even here.
Yeah.
Third episode, 100%. You're like, wait, this John Walker guy got a great grade. Like, what's going on with this guy?
This Zemo guy's got some moves.
Yeah, you get the Zemo, God, the Madripoor scene. Dude, that's honestly my new sub gift because I loved it so much. Just him going. I watched the uncut version so much that when I rewatched it with my dad, I'm like, why was it so short? He only had one part. I'm like, oh, the uncut version has him dancing everywhere. Dude, fun fact too, I read up on.
Yeah.
That was total improv.
Oh yeah.
So like they didn't even expect him to do that. He just started. He's He's like, no, I just kind of felt like dancing, and I was like, dude, it works so good.
Yeah, man. Genius. Dude, okay, so here's the thing. To wrap all of this up, going to our point of like WandaVision and Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier, the different things. I listened to an episode thanks to one of my friends of the Harvard Business Review IdeaCast, and this is where they interview people who study the workings of what makes something so successful.
Okay. That's
and they did a business lessons from how Marvel makes movies, and they were saying Marvel gives you what you, because we were talking about it, we were saying like Marvel gives you what you want, but they also managed to splash in something unexpected, like they did with WandaVision versus what they did with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What they do is they give you the familiar, and then they do the next thing and subvert your expectations and give you something new, like with WandaVision, and they bring you back to the familiar with something like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And what that does is it sets your expectations to think, all right, I know what's happening next. And when it doesn't happen, when you don't do that, when you do that in a follow-up and not in the first thing that you watch, you're conditioned to think, what am I gonna get next? Instead of, oh, they're always just gonna be something, like there's always just gonna be a twist ending like in Shyamalan movies.
Right.
Exactly. But this sets us up. Now, whenever we think of Marvel, we think they always give us what we want, but they also give us something we don't expect. So that they've done such a great job of conditioning us because they know how to balance that. It's so amazing.
That is true, man. And it makes so much sense. Like, this is why we want to go back to the movies.
Yes.
Right? It's the familiarity.
Yes. And they credit that to the fact that they keep a lot of the people who do the early movies. And they pick up those people along the way as well and keep them. Feige.
Smart.
The people who edit and do the post-production. Keeping that group of people working on these. Make sure that you have like a unified voice to move forward. And not just... that felt like it just got thrown in, or that's chopped up and put into this universe. So it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that they could do this every single time. Derek, all of that has been said and done. It's time to give our verdict on Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I'm so proud to be able to say that, dude.
We can say Captain America. Dude, it's funny because, honestly, when I ask people, have you watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Like, even before this episode, I keep saying Captain America and the Winter Soldier, right? Like, it's just like on accident, but it's kind of funny how that worked out at the end.
Heck yeah, man. Everyone in the chat, let us know as well. On a scale
guys, please.
of 10 shields, 1 to 10 shields, what would you rate this entire series, this season, Derek, if we're going to get more? Captain America and the Winter Soldier, what would you give it?
9 shields.
9 shields, ladies and gentlemen.
9, baby. 9. I really enjoyed it, man. Like, I won't lie. I kind of base this. It's kind of good that my dad doesn't watch these on time. When I do watch with my dad, I take into the fact that, okay, I'm rewatching this. How am I feeling about watching it a second time? Right? Like WandaVision, I was kind of like, no, don't get me wrong, WandaVision is great, but a lot of times I'm like, okay, come on, I want to see this moment. This moment's coming. Captain, screw it. Captain America, Winter Soldier, literally every scene I'm like, okay, this is important. This is good. This is awesome. And I just really enjoyed it. And I will say that just because with lack of the Marvel movies coming out too, I just definitely filled the void and very well. And just because of the underlying tones in this series, makes it a 9 for me.
I have to agree, Derek. 9 out of 10 for me as well. Oh my word, this show. Oh, Derek, so good, we were expecting this to be a simple buddy cop comedy.
Right.
In the superhero universe. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Sam is going to be Captain America and Bucky's going to be his sidekick. Like, we're going to see that. We're excited to see how that unfolds and how what kind of story they can tell us. And instead of giving us Cap right away, they make Sam earn it. And you'd think, that'd be draggy. That's going to take forever and you're going to lose interest by the end. But it keeps you hanging on And at the same time, they don't shortchange the Winter Soldier. He has so many moments that make him stand out from Sam and the whole dilemma, the main dilemma of the shield and the symbol. You know, Bucky is just as compelling, giving you reasons to think, shoot, is there still something inside him that wants to murder, as Zemo's hinting? No.
Right.
There's always that Bucky inside of him. There's always the good guy and he wants to be known as something. He wants to be seen like Sam as something else. Sam goes from being the Falcon to accepting that, okay, this is my charge now. This is my duty now. Bucky goes from, I'm always going to be a murderer. You know, I can't sleep. I got to make amends, but how do I do that? To, okay, I figured it out. It's not going to be easy, but I got to do this. And somehow they help each other do it. You know, Bucky helps Sam realize that, okay, Steve's right. And Sam helps Bucky realize, yeah, Steve's right. he helps Bucky realize that to do what he needs to do, he's got to start accepting more responsibility for his actions.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just say you're doing it. You gotta see why you're doing it too, which is so hard when it comes to making amends, right? For anyone. So yeah, overall, man, and the fact that they set up so many stories from Val to Sharon to John Walker, wrapping up older stories and bringing us back into the new with the White Wolf and what's in Bucky's head, to Sam supposedly passing the torch of the Falcon to Torres, you know, and now giving us more ways into the future. This is what Marvel does. And this is why I'm also giving it a 9 out of 10, because gosh dang it, it is just so damn good. They gave us beats that we could follow neatly tucked in a superhero package. It's fantastic. Fantastic. They tackle race, they tackle class, they tackle a global issue while also grounding it down to the locals, to the average everyday life of a person. So it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Good, man.
And whether you can read between the lines and keep going in your head, or, you know, you end at that, the show will always ring true. And I think, you know, it's going to be a stretch to say it, but I think this will stand the test of time because of all the notes that they actually end up being able to talk about. 9 out of 10.
Yeah. 9 out of 10.
Oh,
you heard it here, y'all.
Derek.
Yes.
I am exhausted, so I think we'll save Mortal Kombat for next week.
Yeah, let's say that for next week for sure. Last couple of weeks been a big, a lot of good stuff in media happening. So
Friday night's
with
been
shows
good.
too and everything.
Friday night here in the Philippines has been good. That's Thursday night mornings for you as well. Friday morning.
Yeah, man, dude. I'm like, Thursdays have always been my favorite day of the week. I'm just loving it even more. It's so good, man.
Buddy. Now,
yes, sir.
We got to end the show. Let me.
Oh yeah.
Let me change things up here. What's a good ending? Oh no. How about this? No. How about this is fine. We're gonna end the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into the Quitstein Geekcast. Thank you to all our most recent followers, like my buddy Ray Alls 669. He's also a Ray teammate of mine. Love you, Ray. Mecha Mika. Guess me now. Heather Hayes 95, G Square Easy, Jimmy GQ, sup James, Trobo 4, Captain Stick 06, and Mr. DJN.
DJ!
And tearing it up. 1, 2, 1.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
Derek,
you.
we also got to thank our subscribers like Francis.
Of course.
So please do, my brother. Please do.
Got you. Number 1, Human Panda, look out. Your spot has been taken by the one and only Francis at number 1 with 30 subs. We appreciate you, Francis. Thank you. But Human Panda not far behind at all, guys, at 29 subs. Thank you, Human Panda. And of course, we have BMO King at number 3 at 28. Thank you guys so much. Going down the list, we have Miku P, Nerf Diva, Sense of Humor, Notorious KGM, Insta DZ, Note Plays, Ion Hammer Stream, Wisa Is, Neo Gear, Bodie Knight, Zilfox, Denunci, The Fury Bot, King Tiger 105, New Molly, Zeffy Buns, and of course, last but not the least, it's Mark Lester B. Also, guys, do not worry. If you're not on here, we love you guys so much. We really appreciate the subs, of course, but we also appreciate everybody in chat. hanging out and chatting with us. The lurkers, y'all, the unsung heroes in the back. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, and everyone also on the audio version. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Derek.
Love
Where can the
y'all.
folks at home? Actually, before that, y'all can catch us and more of our content on YouTube, youtube.com/quitstalling. We stream here weekly-ish.
The
We try
YouTube.
to. Yeah, twitch.tv/quitstalling. Find our updates on Instagram @quitstalling or on Facebook and Twitter @quitstallingus. You can listen to the Quitstalling Geekcast audio only on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever podcasts are sold. No, wherever they're downloaded and procured.
Right.
You can check out our other show, Game Bite. Yes, here on the Quitstalling Media Network. We've been on a bit of a hiatus because the gaming news has slowed. But you know what? We're coming back with a vengeance, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Derek, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quitstalling Geekcast?
You guys can find me on my stream, and that's right below my name there, @Sensei Humor. I do stream pretty much every day. However, Sensei is getting his first dose tomorrow of the vaccine, so depending on how I'm feeling, might not be on there for a while. But of course, you guys can also find me on my Twitter, which is @SenseiHumor_, and Sensei Humor for YouTube, Instagram, and everything else. Hope to see you there. But of course, other than me, where can we find our beautiful host, Harold?
Y'all can catch me at Herald Plays on Twitter and on Instagrams. That's right. Mostly I just post about Quitstalling stuff, so chat me up. But you can also find us on the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, head on over. All the links to the Discord are usually in the description if you're listening to the audio podcast. They are in the show notes if you're listening to show notes in the audio only podcast, description if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. On Twitch as well, there's buttons that you can press underneath the video that we have. You just scroll down a little bit and it'd say Discord there. That's clickable. You could also check out our Discord by typing in the Twitch chat !Discord. Derek can give that a shot right now.
Yes.
For those of you watching still.
I did also paste it just in case.
Oh, Domo Ariga thanks, Sensei.
Yes.
That's it from us. Derek, sign us off, please.
All right, guys. Y'all know how it is. We love and appreciate everybody being here with us today. And you know we're going to be here next week. Same Captain time, same Captain channel. So until then, get off your butts and represent the new Captain America. We love you guys.
Wakanda forever.